Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome back to Acer India Predator League 2024. एक बार फिर से we are back, and yesterday we have witnessed some great games. We have seen four BO1s in the round of 16, but it's time for the upper bracket qualifiers. Yes, we are about to witness four more games today, four more BO1s. But yeah,
Yes.
who do you think next race is gonna dominate today? Because we will jump onto the schedule pretty soon, pretty soon. But before that, next race. We have seen four total games yesterday. Which game was your favorite?
I have to admit, I just love watching Krish play. And that
Yeah.
game, by far, like the Monkey King, the showing on that Monkey King was so good that I feel that game just stuck out to me.
Uh,
So I have to say it was Whoops. I have to say Team Whoops took my heart yesterday. And I'm hoping they bring the same kind of energy today.
well, today the matchup is going to be great, and this time, once again, I believe this time the game is the last game of the day. So yeah, we will end the day with a banger. But for now, let's directly jump onto the prize pool. Let's look at what is on the stake. Acer India Predator League 2024
10 lakh.
total prize pool for DotA2 6,50,000. Man, this is huge. Me and Nekris were talking backstage yesterday, and we were just talking about how huge the prize pool is, how much excited the players will be. And imagine you're getting this first place, and getting those 3,50,000 directly in your account.
I mean, it's the money is great, but also imagine participating in a tournament of this caliber. Going
Yeah,
up against the best teams that you can go
the
up against
experience.
and really challenging yourself to take yourself to the next level of Dota. I think the
Mhm.
prize pool, if anything, signifies the level of Dota that we are aspiring to be. And this is maybe an indicator of the future. Maybe we are looking into an era where Dota, CS, Valorant, all of it from India takes off. So, if anything, let's hope this is a sign.
Well, yes, indeed it is, because the total prize pool is of 13 lakh, which is divided in two different titles. For Dota, we have 6,50,000. For Valorant, we have the same prize pool. But let's directly jump on to today's schedule. Let's look at the games we are about to witness today. They are going to be all BO1s. Once again, Nakris, teams that do not have any lifeline at all. We have Team Edgy Boys. They will start the day off taking on Team Knox. Well, Edgy Boys, we have already seen them play. They were dominating pretty good yesterday. Then we have Team Komaru taking on the Mob. Once again, Komaru, we are about to witness them, witness the gameplay for the first time in this Acer Predator League. On the other hand, in match number 3, we will see Team Relax taking on Team Rogue Squad. Well, Team Relax, they have a relaxation in their name, but on the other hand, Team Rogue, they are completely rogue. They are completely berserks. We have seen them play yesterday, and they were going all out, getting the map control, trying to secure the early game. And for the last game of the day, we will see Team Truestrike taking on the Whoops, most probably the most important and the most exciting matchup of the day.
Very, very true. I mean, True Strike and Whoops, we are probably going to see one of the, I guess, yesterday we didn't see many games that went past 35 minutes. But this game,
Yeah.
it could be that banger that we're looking for. देखिए दोस्तों, ये
Yeah.
ओडीआई है, ये टेस्ट क्रिकेट नहीं है. ओडीआई में जो
Yes.
एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, वही इंटेंसिटी आज ये टीम्स डिलीवर करेंगी और ये टीम्स स्पेशली True Strike or Whoops, we can expect so much from them, bringing their A game and bringing some unique ideas to the draft. I think I'm looking for that from both of them because they know the game. And I'm not saying the other teams do not, but we know that Whoops' showing yesterday was just a different level. And I'm looking for some crazy, interesting drafts. Some
Yeah.
Brewmasters, some Prophets. Hell, I wouldn't even hate a Lycan. I would love to see a Lycan in a game. The dog running around. Woof, woof. I'm going to eat your
Well,
tower. That's going to happen.
well, Lakris, talk about the draft. Again, I was about to ask you. We have seen, teams. Most of the teams were afraid of Brewmaster, Earthshaker. Yesterday, we have seen them. Teams were banning them instantly. So we might, see them in action today, because I believe there was a game yesterday too where we have seen Earthshaker, Brewmaster both in a single matchup. So yeah, we might, get some intense action if the draft goes on.
What I'm interested in is now that we see the Brewmaster, I want the other heroes to come out. I want the Nature's Prophet to come out. I want the Primal Beast to come out. I want some crazy gameplay. The
Yes.
Pangolier. I am excited to see a Pangolier today. I think this is my prediction. I think almost two games of the four will have a Pangolier. I don't know if they will let it pass, but I hope they do, because that hero, even if it is annoying to play against, it is a very, very big pleasure to watch. Because a good Pangolier player is going to be that flashy, Thompson-ish kind of gameplay that's going to run around the whole fight and just annoy everyone, and no one's going to be able to get a single hit in. And that's what you want to see. Some perfect execution in the Rolling Thunder, some perfect
Yeah.
execution in the Swashbuckles, and we want to see that maybe for more than two games. So let's hope. Here's hoping we see some interesting heroes. And let's not forget, Brewmaster, always a fan. Want to see that hero being played more and want to see that hero kicking ass. I really want to see that. So let's hope there's something in the folds, and maybe some unique hero, some hero that is out of meta, and maybe the team trusts so much that they just run it anyway. They don't care if it's out of meta and if it's going to fail, but they have so much trust in the player that they will play that hero no matter what.
Well, let's see. We have to wait for it because the draft for our game number one of the day will begin pretty soon, and we will get to see if players are banning that Brewmaster, that our Shaker, are they picking it. Then again, Pangolier, as you said, we were expecting a Pangolier yesterday, but there was no Pango gameplay whatsoever. Watching him entering the fight with that rolling thunder, exiting from any situation, coming in using those amazing swashbuckles, giving a lot of damage, dealing a lot of damage, and that omnipresence he comes in with. And then again, that brings me to my next question. Necris, we have seen a great Monkey King gameplay yesterday. So, do you believe we might witness something like that today too?
Hey, hats off to Krish, and I have high hopes for
Hmm.
him. I want to see some crazy mid lane
Fish.
gameplay. I want to see some of that Kunka coming out, some of those, crazy flashy heroes. I want to see some
Yeah.
spell connections that let you experience the beauty of this game we love so much. Because if anything, Dota 2 is a game of synergy. It's a game of doing
Yes.
things as a team, and I feel team fights, they have that element of amazement when it happens, so that you use five spells in quick succession and they all hit, and you create something like a black hole echo slam into multiple OD ultimates and like NP, bringing them together. It's a crazy sight to see, and I want to see a crazy team setup like that. So, and you know what? We may just see it today. I I think people are more experienced now in Dota than they were 5 years ago, and they understand synergy to the point that even if they pick heroes that could not traditionally be synergistic, they could make it work together. As we have seen with a Monkey King and a Skyrath Mage, you use your Boundless Strike to stun, and you use a Skyrath Mage to Mystic Player. It's a small stun, but sometimes it just works. And the same goes with any other single stun you can pair with any other burst damage. So, we are looking for some crazy combos, some item combos. And anyway, I feel I hear the announcements. I hear the Lord, the clouds talking to me. There's a big band phase going on. So let's head up right there. Edgy boys. The boys, they are edgy as ever. And we see an instant ban on the Nature's Prophet. I'm sad to see that, but hey, I don't see a Brewmaster ban yet. I am feeling it. I want it to happen.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see.
Radiant
Well,
team
we
Ah,
might.
no.
Oh, they.
It's going to
Well, I
be
was
banned.
about to. I was about to say that we might
10
see
seconds
a
remaining.
Brewmaster pick. Even before I could say, I could have said
5
that
seconds remaining.
a ban, instant ban coming in. But yeah, let's see.
And
Earthshaker,
if
Bristleback,
Red
Bloodseeker.
team banned.
Okay.
Okay, a Doom being. I mean, it's a good ban, but currently, I don't remember seeing a
10
Doom in
seconds
all
remaining.
of the four games yesterday. And even in the meta right now, Doom stays a very
5
strong hero, but
seconds
at the same
What
remaining.
time,
about the Dawnbreaker ban? Like we've seen some
see the
intense Dawnbreaker
Dawnbreaker.
game yesterday. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you notice any single game that the Dawnbreaker wasn't banned, it was picked up. I feel all 4 games yesterday had a
Mhm.
100% pick rate for a
10
Dawnbreaker.
seconds
If it's
remaining.
available,
Yeah.
we are gonna pick it, and it's actually scary.
5
You don't
seconds
want to engage
remaining.
into something like, again, the vengeful ban. We have seen these heroes being played, and I feel Knox Gaming has seen
Radiant's
yesterday's
team
games. They
ban.
have studied it. They have understood there is something going on. That maybe Edgy boys, they want to execute the same strat they did yesterday, which
10
beat the
seconds
hell out of the
remaining.
team they played against yesterday. But they don't want to be beat the hell out of. They're going to ban the
5
gyro. They're going to ban
seconds
the vengeful,
remaining.
and they want to look forward to a somewhat even start to a game where they may not be favored. As underdogs, they need to get any single advantage they need to get. So here it is.
Radiant team pick. Dire
Or
team
Cheka,
pick.
a good ban. I mean, from Edgy Boys, I feel they know what they want to do. They're gonna pick the Invoker straight up. They're gonna use it as a flex pick. Probably run it mid. Probably run it position 4, position 5, anything. You can run that hero at any single lane. But the one thing stays the same. It's an initiator and a counter initiator. So you
10
do not
seconds
feel
remaining.
restricted with your role ever. Especially if you get a good start, you
5
have a good
seconds
team
remaining.
coordination, and you build the right items. Especially with that, Invoker is a force to be reckoned with in any position. In fact, he can be so much of an annoyance that even if you don't kill the enemy core, you will drain him of all the mana, because Quas Vex is kind of a popular build going on right now. And even in this meta, it keeps swapping. We see Quas Exhort, Quas Vex, it keeps coming back in, coming back out. But right now, we have seen so many Quas Vex Invokers that we know
Radiant
this could
team
very well
ban.
be one. And that's a Skyrat mage coming up. Are we going to see a
Yeah.
Legion commander? I think they could ban it, because
Sure.
that's a very very go to pick with Skyrat Legion commander, Skyrat burst damage, whatever. It's going to be a
Radiant team
very
ban.
good pick. Let's see if Edgy Boys instantly ban the Legion commander. They do not want that combo to be in front of them. They do not want that annoyance to be a part of this game, because they know if they take care of just one core, they want to have a good shot at winning the game. What happened yesterday was the fact that the Legion commander
10
and the other
seconds
two
remaining.
cores, especially the Slack, which we remember so very well, who made the Bristleback
5
Slaying so
seconds
hard,
remaining.
we don't want that kind of situation happening here. We don't want two cores to be out of control, because hey, unless you have two cores who are out of control, it's very very difficult to handle other two cores who are out of control. So hey, let's take it a bit easy, I guess. Reserve time. I mean, Clash, I feel, if anything, the way they are thinking is very similar. The way they are thinking
Mhm.
right now, they're actually playing an evenly matched game of chess. No one is outing anyone. They are just responding with a ban. They're counter banning instead of banning their preference or banning their scary hero. I feel they're on the same page somewhat. Now, for the Underlord ban, for example, they can probably ban something that makes what Underlord counters a problem. So it's counter ban. So we are seeing this
10
kind of synergy.
seconds
What do you
remaining.
think of this?
Well, we have
5
seen
seconds
this
remaining.
kind of synergy yesterday in some of the games. Well, for the most part, I believe yesterday's almost all the yesterday's games
Team pick.
were one-sided, right? But yeah.
It was. And yet again, we see a void ban. We have seen this exact draft. Like, if you count all those 5 heroes except a gyrocopter, we have seen Dawnbreaker, Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit, Faceless Void in one team. Or in the same game. They've always been there. These
10
heroes
seconds
are
remaining.
inseparable, especially Faceless Void. I mean, just the Skyrath Mage is so very
5
good with the
seconds
Faceless Void. The
remaining.
same pairing. You run a Skyrath Mage as any kind of support in your team, and later on, the Void catches someone in a Chronosphere. He cannot worry about one single hero, because he knows that the Skyrath Mage is going to kill that hero on his own in the Chrono while he kills another. And meanwhile, there is maybe another hero who deals damage in Chrono. So you don't want the Chronosphere to be in the field. That's a scary, scary prospect. Still looking at some reserve time going down on the side of
Mhm.
Knox Gaming. 119, 118. They're really taking the time, and they're not wrong to do that. They are both these teams are so neck to neck right now in their decision making. I feel that the next couple of picks, especially the next 4 picks, are going to be game changing. They could very well mean the slight edge the team needs to win. Because even if edgy boys are edgy enough, they need those edgy picks to execute that edginess. So let's see if they can do it.
Well, let's see.
Radiant team
They
pick.
started off with the Invoker, still they do have 4 more chances, but a Zakiro coming up
Jakiro,
with its Skyrath
strong,
Mage.
strong support. Yes, a very
Radiant
strong
team
support.
Uh-huh.
And oh, what a
Oh,
Chen pick.
oh, Chen.
I am already loving the Chen pick. This is what we want to see with people, with players of this caliber. We want Chens to come out. We want that multitasking support gameplay. I understand that there are different supports which support differently and they use their separate spells to play the game a bit differently, but Chen is so unique, especially since he has become a universal hero. He is very hard to kill. You make items which give him armor, which give him stats, and he is a tanky support, especially with the amount of auras you can come forward with,
Dire team
like grabbing the ancients. You want that upgrade. You want to support your team in a way that is more than just your usual one. So I love this pick, and I love the Earth Spirit coming out from Edgy Boys. They know this hero is just not going to die. Even if he does that semblance of like a small amount of damage,
10
going around
seconds
kicking
remaining.
things, kicking them back, doing the magnetized thing, still,
5
just the
seconds
hero
remaining.
being in the fight with the blade mail on, that's going to be a big problem for heroes like Skyrath and Jakiro. Imagine a macro pyre going down and the Skyrath using a Mystic Flare, and he just stands in it with a Pipe of Insight and a Blade Mail. Both of them are going to die, nothing's going to happen to him, and that could very well be the theme of the game, because if they don't kill him there, he will jump on them in the back lines and he will have their heads. That is a scary, scary prospect, and Knox Gaming chewing into their reserve time so much. What are they thinking right now?
Something is going around in the minds. And this game of chess, as you have already said, neck race is getting a lot more interesting with that Magnus pick. Well, a
Magnus.
Magnus comes in.
The Horn! The Horn of Magnus! Magnus is a great pick. I mean, I really like that
10
Knox
seconds
is still
remaining.
sticking to their game plan. They do not care if there's a Chen on the opponent team. They do not care if
5
there's an Earth
seconds
Spirit. In
remaining.
fact, they will itemize accordingly and pick a Magnus in it. Because with an RP, there is already so much synergy going on. RP into Jakiro Macropire, RP into Mystic Flare. There's so much, and a PA being instantly picked. Now that's a hero we want to see. The wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Cookie cutter carry that we need to see right now with the cleave, jumping in, killing multiple people with those 2000 damage crits. And we're going to see
10
a lot of
seconds
that.
remaining.
Because right now, if you really think about it, how are you going to handle the PA
5
with these three
seconds
heroes,
remaining.
especially with a BKB? A BKB PA just jumps in and kills people. Do you have something for the PA? I think they do. 1 minute.
Well, let's see. Edgy Boys, after the Chen and that outspread pick. Well, let's see what's going to be the fourth pick. To create that unstoppable composition. And as you said, Team Knox, they're not afraid of anything Edgy is doing right now. They're sticking on to their draft. Skyrath Mage followed by a Jakiro, then Magnus came in, and Phantom Assassin. Again, let's see what's gonna happen. Knox Gaming.
Indeed, I feel they have put Edgy Boys in a position where they really have to think. I feel Edgy Boys did not expect a brave draft from Knox. They've expected them to kind of buckle, but a Bloodseeker is a very good answer. It is that pick that they wanted that just flips the game over right now. Right now, if the Bloodseeker gets even a good Blood Right, he will disable at least 1 or 2 crucial heroes, and all of these heroes depend on their spells to do what they need to do. They can't just walk into the whole fight and try right clicking someone. They are all spell dependent heroes. Magnus, PA, even if PA gets ruptured by the Bloodseeker, even if he blinks out, he takes damage, and if PA gets silenced, he cannot blink out. The same goes with Skyrath and Jakiro. It's just more pressure on the supports. The game plan for Bloodseeker and Earth Spirit is just going to be jump the supports. They're going to kill the supports first, while the rest of the team kites Magnus and Phantom Assassin, especially the Invoker, who is going to be on point, I feel, with this gameplay. And this is exactly what they need. This Bloodseeker pick really shows why Edgy Boys have just made such a good move.
Well, already having that Chen and outspread to follow
10
that up with a
seconds remaining.
Bloodseeker. Again, as you said already, in Team Nox Gaming, they have to be now very
5
careful,
seconds
especially in those
remaining.
team fights. Because Bloodseeker will come in, he will go all out with some right clicks, some good right clicks, and he's gonna deal a lot of damage. No doubt. Skyrath Mage
Radiant
is there.
team ban.
Jakiro. Again, he will provide some constant support.
And
But still,
we need to understand, yeah, I mean, the problem remains. I feel right now Knox Gaming, it does not have a reliable stun. You have an ice path, but you have to
10
build that
seconds
ATOS
remaining.
on the Skyrath Mage. You have to depend on the RPs, the Harpoon RPs,
5
or something like
seconds
that, because you
remaining.
don't have a proper stun apart from the ice path. But on the other hand, Edgy boys have disables galore. You can
Radiant
see
team pick.
Invoker who can use his Tornado, his Ice Wall, his Cold Snap, and a Deafening Blast to just keep enemies from coming at you. And at the same time, Chen, do not forget this hero, guys. Chen always has those centaurs backing him up, slamming their hooves down in the ground, stopping people from running away, especially people
10
like Magnus who
seconds
are trying to
remaining.
skewer away. He's not going to let him skewer away. I hope he doesn't. In fact, I'm hoping
5
for some crazy
seconds
micro.
remaining.
4 centaurs in one go. Bam, 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 bam. Chain stun, and that secures Earth Spirit and Bloodseeker's spell execution. It could very well mean the end of Nox Gaming. But yet again, we have talked about this yesterday, we have talked about this today. Execution clashing, execution, execution, execution.
Dire team pick.
It's nothing without it. And talking about execution, it's Axe as a overall last pick for Edgy boys, and they know this was the missile that they were missing, the edge that they were missing.
yeah.
And now with Axe, I feel this draft is so
10
complete.
seconds remaining.
It's so complete. Their lanes are very strong, their game is very strong, their
5
fights are so
seconds
strong, and
remaining.
also let's not forget their split push capabilities, especially with this Chen and this Bloodseeker and the Earth Spirit just clearing waves so fast. And don't forget Axe, guys, the pick. I don't know, I feel Edgy boys. Yeah, Nox Gaming. Pudge, I feel, I don't know, what do you think about the Pudge?
Well, about to witness some Pudge gameplay after a long while, not a very long while, but still, yeah. Pudge. Relying on that Pudge, Nox Gaming. It's a dual-sided sword, so yeah, let's see how they're going to utilize it. But on the other hand, Edgy boys, they have such a great draft. Look at them holding on to that Invoker. Then came in Chain, Earth Spirit, Bloodseeker, and X to follow them up.
I mean,
So
I'm so worried about Knox right now. I'm really, really worried with this Pudge pick. I don't. Unless this Pudge gets a game here, he will not be really effective later on. And they really need to make Pudge, maybe just make Pudge a priority and let his game go very well in the start. I'm hoping for something else. I don't know. I'm hoping for this Pudge to be successful because we always love watching Pudge, throwing those hooks, pulling people back and eating them, chopping them up like a butcher that he is.
yeah,
So
yes, he
let's hope
is
something
a
happens.
dangerous butcher, a horrifying one. So let's see what is going
Prepare
on
for battle.
in the minds of each and every player of Team Nox, because Nox, they were relying heavily on their predefined draft, and whereas Edgy boys, they're experimenting. Maybe they are utilizing a very good comp, coming up with that Bloodseeker X combo. Then we have that Skywraith match too. Invoker is there. Invoker was the very first pick of the whole draft. Edgy boys, they'll make sure to utilize that in a good manner. Meanwhile, Nox,
It's a smoke. Okay, Knox. They're looking for something. They need that early kill. They need that early kill on Pudge. And I think he's going to find it. He sees the Chen. Is he going to attempt a hook? No, he's not going to attempt a hook on him. They're going to instead go on the Bloodseeker. Blood grenades being put out. And then all the hook lands. And the Bloodseeker is going to get pulled back
30
into 5
seconds to
people
battle.
and just burst down. That's a good start for Knox. They needed this. They needed the Pudge to get that first blood money. They need to get that early item, that early Vanguard, because he's going to be up against a lot of things in this game. There are going to be rotations from the side of Edgy boys, which are not going to be fun. And especially when it comes to a Pudge who is going to play, I think he's going to play mid. Yeah, I think that's a Pudge mid. And
The battle
yeah, it's going to be
begins.
a task. But anyway, he has a hook again and he maybe doesn't land it. He misses it, but it's fine. The bounty runes?
but
Fair enough, fair enough. the bounty runes mostly on the side of Edgy boys, but let's be honest, it's a first blood going to the side of Knox, so that obviously helps. And yeah, that's an invoker mid versus Pudge. That's what we see. An invoker instantly using an EMP to burn away mana, and Pudge really does not want to buy clarities at this point of the game. You don't want to have clarities right now, and you want to have the hook. You want to secure those range creeps with the hook, the catapults with the hook, because that one shots the creep. But you can't in front of an invoker, and that's a very smart, very heads up play by Edgy boys. And they sort of again see through it, just like they saw through the PA pick and picked an axe. Remember, a blade mail axe calling a PA, that call is going to be a wrong number. So hope we see more of that.
Well, let's see Dosage on the other hand. Trying to deal some damage, but careful. Well, he's already being very careful at this point.
Pudgy
But
Wudgy.
Invoker on the other hand, Pudge is not in a bad situation, to be very honest, because he's holding on to the site area. But Invoker is
Mr.
still...
Observer, can we see the last hit screen, please? Thank you so much, my man. Now, as we see this, last hit wise, I feel Invoker, he shouldn't have the advantage because Pudge has an insane amount of high base damage, but just the amount of harassment
Look
that
at
Pudge
that.
has endured, it's just extremely difficult for him to get just those assured last hits that he gets with the hook. You want to use that hook early on, not for a kill, but also for just securing the creeps. And especially in a situation like this where you're just getting outlasted, he is dragging the wave into the tower. He's going to get those 3 creeps if nothing goes wrong, but Invoker, he's going to contest it because he's a ranged hero. And in front of a Pudge who doesn't have a hook, what threat do you have? There is no threat.
And that is why they're moving so... Yeah, and that is why they were moving so freely at the point, right? But once again, the mana is back, and plus Seeker.
Let's see.
Well, look at that.
We haven't really talked about this lane, but I feel this is a pretty self-explanatory kind of situation. In front of a Jakiro, in general, a carry suffers a lot. But I feel if a carry is suffering, it has to be as a trade-off of something on your side. Because the Jakiro will be constantly pressuring the Bloodseeker, but the support of the Bloodseeker, that is our very, very, very amazing hero, Chen. He is not going to let that happen. The Jakiro is going to be subjected to insane amount of burst damage with that Satyr lightning, and also the mana burn that comes out from the Satyr creeps. Just think about it. The Chen, he's just the right hero you want on your side when you're against a Jakiro, and that we can see. Bloodseeker is leading the last hit charge with 15 last hits, and that's a go on PA. It's going to be a slow on the Earth Spirit. He's trying to block the PA, but no, there's so much slows. One blood grenade coming out. The Battle Hunger keeps slowing PA, and the PA, he's looking for something. He wants to blink away, and he does, but the Battle Hunger, will the Battle Hunger finish him off? It will not. That's not enough damage in a level 1 Battle Hunger. And that will be a very, very close shave for the PA.
Well, the axe is already backing off, but still, Knox, they might come back at any point, and there's already been one kill, only a single kill whatsoever, and that belongs to Team Knox. But still, Edgy boys, they are in a very good control, controlling the lanes, controlling the side, controlling the farm. Meanwhile, Invoker in a 1v1. Jakiro.
Jakiro, a bit out
What is he
of
trying
his
to do?
position.
Oh,
He's going to
that
try to
Seeker
TP out
comes
of it,
in.
and that's going to be pretty simple. Yeah. I think the TP out is the right decision here, especially until the Chen gets a send-off lead. But no, there's no TP outs here. He already used the blink. The Battle Hunger is still on. He's very, very slow. But right now, even the two are slowed by the Skyra page. He is not going to be able to pursue him any further. But at the same time, the PA has disconnected. Unpause and kill him, guys. Unpause and kill him right now.
So much blood.
Oh. Well, let's see. And pause as soon as possible because we are getting out of control right now to, see some intense frags at the moment. Knox is already on a 0-1 scoreline, but Edgy boys, well, they were looking for that single opening, that single breakthrough. Look at this
So
split.
much blood.
Players holding on to the middle lane as well, to the off lane, to the bottom lane.
And we already see the Pudge. He's trying to get this lane back. He has invested in a double bracer, which was obviously very, very required against the constant right clicks and the harass that the invoker is putting in. And also the base damage, the buff to the base damage in general also helps. He's going to be last hitting very, very well. And we can see that in the net worth chart, already 300 net worth above the invoker. And right now, I don't think the Quasvex invoker has any business sitting in this lane and last hitting. So he's going to look for that opportunity to make something happen. Maybe at the 6 minute mark where he gets a power rune, I feel that is where Edgy boys need to be concentrating right now to activate this invoker like a nuclear bomb, which will run around the whole map and kill every single hero. Because right now, Knox, they do not have great escapes except for the PA and the Magnus. Everyone else is a kill. And for chasers like Earth Spirit, Bloodseeker, Axe, and even Invoker, it's not a hard job for them. They could very well do it.
Well, yes, they could, but let's see if they'll be able to do that or not. Because that is the main question. That is where the main question relies. We're only 4 minutes into the game, but still Knox, they've somehow managed to get a frag on the other end. The Edgy boys, it's still annoying them continuously or harassing them almost on every single lane. But yeah,
By the way, guys, a huge shout out for our observer who is helping us so much, make this cast so much fun, and thank you so much. You are the best bro that we have in this cast, and we depend on you completely. So thank you for your amazing service. We see
well,
something
yes.
more, maybe.
Mhm.
Are we seeing something? A rotation maybe from the bottom lane? Maybe the Bloodseeker TPs into the portal and maybe secures a kill on the PA. I feel that could be very, very much possible. He does. He's building the phase
Chances
boots.
are.
He's building to chase. He's building to chase through the creeps, through everything, through anything that comes in his
Wow.
path. He's going to just run through it. And he's going to try.
Blackseeker living up to his name. Let's see. How is he going to utilize that, running around the map and getting some good, great frags? That's not an easy task, but still a fight might approach soon enough because the abilities are getting charged right now. Meanwhile, there's a
Edgy's.
fight emerging.
I
Oh.
don't I don't know. Maybe I think the PA is safe here. Unless he still pokes his head outside and Earth Spirit connects with a
Mm-hmm.
roll, I don't think the PA is dying. Because there is a lot of distance for Earth Spirit to cover, and at the same time, the PA can see him coming and dodge the rolling boulder. So it could be something extremely well, needs to be a bit different.
Yeah, it has to be something different, right? Knox, they started off with a single kill, but had no time, right? The game has been paused soon enough. I think on a 4 minute some second mark. But still they've managed to get a single kill, but on the other hand, they have no proper lead whatsoever. But yeah, time will tell a lot of things. This is just game number 1 of 4. Yes, we are about to witness 4 BO1s on this day. Upper bracket qualifiers are getting played already. And see, if we talk about this particular game, the Naji boys, again, they always looks for a edge. But right now, Knox is kind of playing on the back foot, but at the same time, they're trying to get the control from an early from an early time of the game.
Apart from the control part, I also feel there is this need for maybe the team to be a bit more together, because I feel they're not on the same page. Uh, they're going to be a bit
Mhm.
frazzled, and going up against a team with the caliber of Edgy Boys, especially the caliber that we saw yesterday, it's going to be a bit scary. But hey, we don't know. Underdogs, you know the Rocky Balboa story, right? You
Yeah,
can't really count the underdogs out. They can punch you out that much easily. And
anything can happen at any time.
any single time. And Edgy boys need to be very careful, not get too overconfident in a couple of more fights. They have outdrafted, they are getting brilliant lanes, but let's not lose
Mhm.
sight of what is going to happen. It's a BO1. You cannot take unnecessary risks. No matter what you do, do not push your advantage to an extent that you have to pay for it.
Well, yes, let's see how they're gonna do that, because that's the main question. They might be figuring this out during this break kind of phase, but yeah, the game will, continue soon enough, and we will witness some intense Dota 2 action after that. Well, if you talk about the picks, somehow Knox, they were relying on great picks. There's no doubt about it. But Edgy boys, they were trying to find an edge into their draft too. If you talk
Yes,
about the draft, we have yeah,
and they need the edge. I feel there is a certain people lull themselves into a different kind of feel when they're playing this game. They go on autopilot, as we call it, and you go for your comfort picks. Like, I don't blame Knox for going to their comfort picks, for picking that Pudge, even if it was not necessarily a great hero, but at the same time, just a pick they want to play and they're confident with. And I feel the confidence counts for a lot, where sometimes you feel it's not going to count because it's a bad hero. Hey, you don't know. He'll play Pudge like a monster, and
yeah.
this could turn out great.
Well, well, those early hooks, they were so on point. I think he missed maybe a single time or maybe twice, but most of the times he was landing a perfect ability, and that's why with that hook he even got a frag, I believe, at least assisted it. So yeah, we might see that happening again and again and again because this is going to be a long, long game.
It is, and it is also the point that the Pudge, even if the hooks don't connect, you need to have a presence in the fight. Fine, the Pudge hooks missing is very painful. You're kind of impairing your hero, but you don't want the Pudge to be, in general, not useful in a fight. You want him to roam around doing that raw damage, because that is going to be something that is going to be very hard for Edgy Boys to deal with. And that's a role, as we said, if PA just puts his head out a bit, he could be in a lot of danger, and that's exactly what happened. But I feel even the PA knew that he had a blink. He wanted to get that sliver of XP, and maybe he gets that one more level that will help him get the blur. That could maybe be made the difference in the life, and that
Oh,
but the
oh,
PA is going to be jumped in, and that's the death of the PA. And the Skyrat is also stuck in no man's land, getting battle hungered and slowed. He's so slow, even with the Skyrat movement speed. He's going to get chased down, and the blood grenade coming out. He is not going to live from that. The battle hunger is going to be enough, and the battle hunger is enough. Okay, getting blocked by Axe in the trees. Axe, no. Don't block your
Dire's
teammate,
top
but
tower is under
it's
attack.
not a problem. That lane is one. And more than that, you understand that PA, it's a decent jungler. You can jungle with Blur, but you don't want to be jungling. Especially when there's a Bloodseeker in the opposite team who's getting such an amazing lane.
Dire's
You don't
top
want to be
tower
jungling. And
is
the
under
Axe, he's
attack.
trying to cut ways. Maybe a bit aggressive on the Axe's part. He could very well die here with the extreme amount of magic damage coming out of the Skyrat, and he will drop down. And the Earth Spirit also in some trouble, but I think he has mana to TP out. Maybe no. Okay, that's
oh, oh.
too close for comfort. That was close. That was really
Dire's
close.
Yeah,
top
even with
tower is under
Skynet
attack.
Mage was dealing. Oh, Chahiro this time.
Okay,
Once
Chakito
again,
just
in a
dropping
fight, that
solo.
Seeker going all out.
And that's that lightning I'm looking at. But the Pudge, he just rotates. He wants to get that return kill on the Chen, and he will get the return kill on the Chen. That's a good trade. I mean, the Pudge, we feel bad when a Pudge who's farming so well in the lane has to TP out, and right now we see Invoker just catching up in farm, right? Exactly. When Pudge moves out, even if someone else is coming to the mid lane trying to take his place, the Invoker will normally have a great time than he could have in front of a Pudge. And we see that. But we also see the Chen Harpy zapping you with those 1,000 volts of electricity constantly, just annoying. They did nerf it quite a bit, but at the same time, how many nerfs do you need to nerf it from? And I don't think it's enough. That Harpy is still so strong, and in the hands of a very capable Chen player, which I'm sure he is, this is going to be more of a problem.
Well, it's going to be a huge problem, to be very honest. Especially once the game reaches
And
a
bottom,
certain level. But once again, a fight engaging. This time, Tanu. There was
Magnus.
no way
Magnus
out.
just goes down. I mean, there is no way Magnus runs away. Even if he uses the skewer and tries to run away, there is still so many chasers on the side of Edgy Boys. And we've talked about this. Edgy Boys is made to chase. They want to run at them. They want to keep running. Even if they run away, they want to chase them further. They don't want to keep their tempo in a slow way. They don't want to farm this game. They don't want to take it easy, take towers. No, they want to kill you and then take towers. And that's exactly what's going to be the story of this game. Top tower already pressured very, very heavily. Invoker rotating instantly at the bottom lane right now. And now at the top lane. The portal is a magical thing, guys. This thing on the map has made the game so different than we usually saw. Because usually a TP to the side lane meant you're not going to be able to make it to the top lane, but now Thoman is going to make it to the fountain. That is going to be the Magnus with the skewer. He's going to just die to the rupture. He made it to the fountain, guys. Not the top lane, but hey, that's something. Maybe the Earth Spirit goes down here. Jakiro putting on a lot of damage on Earth Spirit, and he's trying to roll away. And he does indeed succeed in rolling away. And now the Scarlet Mage is in a lot of trouble, and he's going to get chased down by the Bloodseeker. Maybe the Jakiro finally gets the Earth Spirit, and he just bumps into Jakiro again. He's wasting so much time, and he tries himself to the neutral creep. That is so crazy. The Bloodseeker, he's trying to still chase the PA, and he's going to finally have to back away. And now this could be very much too late. But no mana on the Pudge. No dagger. The dagger wasn't cooldown on PM. Right now, Chen is trying to juke out this Jakiro, and he's going to be able to TP out. Yes, there was no way the Jakiro is going to see him. That's a very good play by Edgy Boys. A good rotation and a good result on the side of Edgy Boys.
Well, yes, and Edgy Boys, they've got a very good start. Finally, Knox, they were the ones with the very first frag, with the first blood of this particular map. But Edgy Boys, they are slowly and steadily getting some intense frags. Well, not slowly, to be very honest, they are going all out. The way they are taking Magnus down, and that is beautiful. Skywrath Mage is looking for the perfect opportunity, but still, that opportunity is not in his hands right now. Well, right now he's focused on the farm, and same goes for X. Well,
I mean, look at him. Just right now, it's just ridiculous. This Axe is so fat. He does not care where he is. He's just gonna invade your jungle. He has a completed Vanguard and is almost made 1/3 of the way to the Blade Mail. I feel he has a completed Blade Mail in his courier. If we can maybe check his courier, I think there's a completed Blade Mail. And right now, okay, there's an initiation on the Pudge. He does get Cold Snap. The EMP is gonna hit, but no, the Skywrath Mage is right behind him. And at the same time, the Jakiro is trying to loop around, but he's so low. The Chen creeps keep chasing him and whack him down. The big pigeon is gonna die to the slaps of the big tomato. And that's an initiation on the Pudge. With no mana, all the slow in the world, and no armor. That's gonna be an easy job for the Chen creeps. And also the Invoker, the Alacrity, just going forward again and again. He's a hitting master. And right now, the Magnetize committed on the Scarab Mage. Does he die? He's trying to remove the Magnetize charges. But now maybe Earth Spirit is in trouble. But no, he bumps into Scarab Mage right at time. And now he's gonna live just by the nick, a sliver of the health. And Jakiro tried to use a blind one, but what a sunstrike that is, and he hits it. That's a triple kill for Z, the Invoker on the side of Edgy Boys. What a clean fight from them. Hook connecting again. Okay, that's a bit out of position. Invoker may be able to pay for it, but no, there is no RP on the Magnus. There is no way they lock him down. And he just runs away. The Earth Spirit, he comes in, bumps into the Pudge. Maybe he will die for him. Probably a bit unnecessary, but hey, that's an Invoker who is living. He's going to ghost walk away from here. And even if there is a sentry ward, there is no way they'll be able to chase it. As we talked about, there is no disable clash.
Edgy Boys, look at that right now. They seem unstoppable at the moment. Though Skywrath Mage came in just in time, but this time X really got stuck. And yes, there's no way he can.
It's just so much damage, and the RP commits on the Invoker. He's gonna go down. A bit of an overextension from the side of Edgy Boys, especially a bit of a bait from Axe also. Not going that deep into the tower in front of 5 people, that kind of cost him. But at the same time, you can see the power of the Axe with the Blade Mail Vanguard at this point of the game. He is taking that PA down without even touching him. That's looking to be dangerous. And look at his Chen! His Chen is level 7, guys. A level 7 Chen, and right now at this point of the time he is going to use the creeps to keep pushing, and the Earth Spirit, he jumps in again, kicks people around. There's no threat, no stuns, no nothing. What are you gonna do when your RP is down, when your Dismember is down? What are you gonna do? An Ice Path? Yeah, we can deal with an Ice Path. How can you deal with the Edgy Boys?
Well, that's it. Spirit is taking full advantage of that particular part of the game. Bloodseeker on the other hand is still focused on the farm, already on level 9. Spirit
So much
moving
blood.
around. Well, again, a pause. Yeah, disconnection coming up, a crash coming up. But still, if you talk about the stats, then Edgy Boys, they are in a very good scenario. They are in a very good situation right now. I talk about the net worth lead. They're leading with almost 6,000 gold, and right now it's a 12-6 kill score line too. If you talk about the net worth chart, then top 3 players are from Edgy Boys already. And if they keeps on doing this, if they keeps on working on this momentum, then it's going to be real hard for Team Knox to, somehow get a team fight out. But yeah, Pudge.
Indeed.
But Pudge is generating some very good value. getting some very good kills too. But Skyreth Mage, I think he is getting
Okay,
stuck
initiation of the
every
Magnus.
single time.
There's going to be a skewer maybe coming out, but I don't think he's going to run
Yes,
away.
yes.
There is a rupture in the distance. Someone has been ruptured. I don't know who's been ruptured, but the Earth Spirit and the Invoker will be able to finish him off. But hey, the Bloodseeker, he gets caught out. He does rupture the Jakiro, but he gets kited and dismembered by the Pudge. That's a big, big kill going on to the side of Knox. And now they're going to chase the Invoker. He has dust on him. There's no way he runs. The Pudge is going to chase him down. And that's another kill on the side of Knox. What just happened, guys? Edgy boys may be a bit
Dyer's
too
bottom
much
tower
edge
is
on the
under attack.
boys.
Well, Knox, they were looking for this particular situation for a long time now. Got the Edgy boys just on time, just at the right situation, just at the right position. And
I'm-
they were going all out at the moment. Like, they needed those kills. They desperately needed those kills. And finally, Knox. Now they do stand a chance. The Chakiro entry. There already were two players trying to take that invoker down, and Chakiro comes in out of nowhere, gets that frag. Phantom Assassin is still on level 8. But Knox, a single team fight can change a lot of things. But finally, a good hook.
That's not gonna happen. You are going to get dismembered by the Pudge inside the macro fire, the meteor hammer crashing onto your head, breaking your skull.
Dyer's top tower
That's
is
going to be a
under
death on the
attack.
Invoker again. What is happening? The Edgy boys, they need to be together as a team. This is a 5-man draft. You need to play it as a 5-man draft. This is kind of losing a touch. You are slowly losing your advantage, and now the Pudge could be very much a big problem. Until you get your BKBs, the Pudge could just rot you to that, and he is very, very tanky at this point. Magnus also, he is making that meteor hammer. Bit careful.
Well, yes, and already Pudge is utilizing that hook in a very good manner. The way they took Invoker down again, and as you suggested, BKB is really important at this moment for Team Edgy boys. But yeah, let's see what are they up to. Pudge, meanwhile, will back off.
He's gonna take that big
He'll
stack.
farm.
The big stack.
Yeah.
Does he die? No, don't die to the stack. He's visible. He's visible to Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker. Oh, does he smell him? I think the Bloodseeker he's very far actually. Yeah, there's no way the Bloodseeker goes for that. He's very too deep inside. But also it gets that extra bit of information. You want to know where the Pudge is. You don't want to be caught off guard by the Pudge, and now you know exactly where the Pudge is. So they're playing a bit ahead because of that. They know the Pudge is returning to base, just moving around somewhere else. And at this low health, he'll always be visible. So Invoker is playing a bit aggressive. That's a good heads-up play by Edgy boys right now. Okay, they're moving out. They want to fight. I know that they made some mistakes, but they know that their 5-man is still stronger than them. Even if they get an RP off, they can still do something here. And the Skyrat Mage instantly getting gone on by the Chen Creeps, just running around in a parade, the Republic Day parade on their behinds, and they are getting chased down. Both the supports go down so fast. The RP lands, but only on the Earth Spirit. It's not enough. And now both the foes are kind of in a problem. The Ice Wall grabs the Magnus. He does not have a skewer, and he's just going to get killed. The Jakiro keeps his back in with a buyback, but he's just going to die instantly. He tries the microfire, but no, that's a lot of damage. He gets hooked. What a hook by the Pudge. He's going to be killed, but at the same time, the Pudge, you risk your life for the axe, and now your life is forfeit. You're going to die to the Pudge. The Chen keeps it, you're going to dismember. There's a rampage for the Chen. A rampage. The Chen rampage, boys. And that's going to be taken to the play. Tata, bye bye. Tang, da, dang, da,
Is
dang,
under
down.
attack.
Even then.
A rampage coming in, and once again, Edgy boys, even though after losing those 3 kills, and for a moment Knox, I think they would have thought, ki haan, we have a chance somewhere, somehow. But the very next moment, Edgy boys goes all out. Invoker is dealing great amount of damage. Earth Spirit is also generating a very good value for the team. But then again, Bloodseeker, the amount of damage he's dealing, that is insane. So Knox, they need to be very careful right now. Well, Magnus is trying to farm. X is already on level 13, but still he's trying to clear out those creeps. It's a 18-14 scoreline, and no doubt Edgy boys, they're getting some very good kills. But Knox, the way they're holding on to...
Okay, another initiation. The Skyrat is just dead. He's not gonna live. He's trying to run away, but the bum. He's just gonna keep rolling like a roller. And that's it. That's what's gonna happen to you. The Earth Spirit showing why he's the most annoying hero in Dota right now. God, I hate this hero. But at the same time, hey, I love watching a good player play it, and we are seeing a very, very good player play it. Props to him. And again, Edgy Boys in the advantage. A 7k advantage, but let's not forget the map control yet again. A roll. He's going to roll up to the high ground, but the hook on the invoker is getting caught. A microbite instantly putting foot down, but the taunt coming out on the Pudge. He's going to get chowed down by the alacrity invoker. He's just swapping, bam, 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 and that's it. That's a dead Pudge. You do get an axe, but the Pudge with that initiation failed very badly. We don't want to get that. You don't want to get that fresh.
Well, let's see, Knox. What are they gonna do now? Pudge goes down, but the way they, got that instant denial.
Okay, initiation, but he knows there's a Skyrath mage right there. You want to get something? Maybe the invoker is a bit faster. No, there's not gonna be anything. Oh, look at that Chen army. He's gonna keep spawning skeletons, and he's gonna try to push waves with just that. And maybe even do Roshan. We have seen this once. We have seen this twice. Chen's doing Roshan with just a couple of creeps. And for a Bloodseeker, usually Roshan is not that easy, but with Chen, it's hella easy, guys. So try it out. Please do play Chen in your own pubs, guys. Please use a couple of games with it and also learn this hero. It's good.
Well, let's see how long till they get that rush on. All the players are going all out. And they will secure that Roshan in no time. Almost in no time. Here comes that Aegis. Let's see Bloodseeker. What is he up to right now? Knox. They're already on their side. And Edgy Boys. Well, they might look for a good proper fighting conditions right now. Fighting situation right now. Because they are already holding on to that Aegis. And the way they were dominating the early game. Or I'd say the mid game. But Pudge is a hefty problem that Edgy Boys needs to clear out before going all out towards Knox. Followed by that Zakiro all the time, almost all.
I don't know how much of a problem he's going to be, especially when Bloodseeker gets a shard. And if I'm not wrong, I think he already has it. How far is he from the shard? Okay, the hook missed. They know they're there. There's a shield rune on the Pudge which is already wearing down, and he catches them. But no, the Pudge catches the Earth Spirit. He is instantly dismembered, and the Earth Spirit is going to go down to the Mystic Flare damage. The Pudge, he is caught into the Blood Right. He is silenced. There's an EMP on him, and he just goes down to the Bloodseeker right next. He's gonna die so fast. And the Magnus, he wanted to get an RP. Bhai, mujhe RP मारने दो यार. मैं अंदर आया था RP मारने. No RP for you guys. No RP. And that's it. Just get executed. Can we see the Bloodseeker? I feel he has the shard. That's why he was doing so much damage. The Bloodseeker. But anyway,
Well,
I think he has.
Edgy Boys.
He has. Yeah. You were saying?
Edgy Boys are now going directly for the tower game. Look at them. Man, so focused right now with a huge net worth lead too. Let's see how they're going to
And
utilize
that is the game plan, like you said.
Yeah,
going
that
for
is the game plan. They have to do that right now. It's about time. We are already on 20-minute marks, and if you look at the record, especially on day one, as you suggested, we haven't even seen a single match that was beyond 30-35 minutes. So Edgy Boys, they might try to maintain the legacy, but yeah, let's see if they'll be able to do so or not, because Knox, they are doing great. Knox is really doing great because some good denials are coming up from their side too. But a good team fight can create a very happening scenario for Edgy Boys to look at them moving all out, getting all the towers they need. And now they're going for the Tormentor too.
And that's a Chen with the shard, the Chen shard. Please, this shard has to be the most annoying thing you want to see. Mr. Observer, can we see the shard on the Chen? The highlight on the shard. And now, okay, we have a fight happening. Okay, someone being caught. Earth Spirit again out in the frame. He's getting caught by the multiple macro buy, but he gets pushed away. He has the blade mail on, and instantly look at the amount of damage put down on the Skyrock mage and the Jakiro. The Skyrock mage just dies to the blade mail. The Earth Spirit still lives through all of this. The Jakiro is also dying.
Wow.
Both the supports on the side of Knox are dying. They're going to keep dying because the Magnus is going to get caught by the blade mail axe and he's going to get chopped down. The punch trying to run away, but there's no running away. Edgy boys are going to give you that edge.
Edgy boys. Finally, the edge they were looking for. Finally, the momentum they were looking for. Omen down. Only a single hero left to defend.
Dire's middle
And on the other hand,
tower
Edgy boys, they're going all out. Look at that Blood Seeker.
Dire's structures are
Trying to
fortified.
destroy as many towers as possible.
And
Well,
let's not forget
if
the
it
Chen
keeps-
ancient creep.
yeah. If this keeps up, we might, see an early exit from the game. Because Edgy boys, they are in a completely different form right now, especially in those last 2 or 3 fights. They were completely dominating those fights. But yeah, let's see.
I don't think this game ends before 30 minutes. I feel
yeah,
Knox
They're
Knox
already on
has
23.
yeah. I don't think like even 30 I can even go a bit above 30, but not too above. I don't think 35 is a possibility because if Edgy
Below
boys keep
35.
playing the way they're playing, yeah, below 35, above 30, I think that is the time this game is going to end. Especially if Knox make all the right decisions. I feel they have it in them. They have a lot in their tank. They have that RP. They have that Mystic Flare Macropyre combo along with that RP. You need to get crucial heroes inside it. Please, the Earth Spirit trying to target him and getting him out of the game. Yes, it is important, but while investing so many resources to just kill a support, all the rest of the cores are having a field day hitting your heroes, and it's going to be a big problem just like that. So they need that miracle RP, they need that miracle hook. They want to keep them out of position, maybe get a pick off because they can't 5v5 them. So they need to maybe smoke up, catch people unawares like the Invoker farming alone at top. Maybe the Bloodseeker who is a bit too far away from the team. That could be the entry into this game that Knox is looking for.
And finally, he does have the BKB he was looking for. Let's see. Edgy boys, they're preparing for the final fight. Well, not the final fight to be very precise, but yeah, a fight that can change the pace of the game, that can tilt the game in their favor. It's already a 16,000 plus gold lead favoring team Edgy boys. Invoker focused on the farm, already on level 16. But look at them, Edgy
Dire's
boys.
middle tower is
They
under
are moving ahead now and they are already destroying the towers. Knox playing completely defensive at the moment.
Be careful right now, especially with the Magnus, who will just grab you. You do have to pop the BKB. Remember, no ages on the Bloodseeker. He's getting dismembered. He's going to get dismembered right under the top, but he runs away on a sliver of hand with the mechanism just helping him in the last moment, and the Pudge instead gets caught, and now he's dead. Spirit jumps in for his bro, Bloodseeker. He will not let him die, and the Axe, he just wants to keep going. He has the Blade Mail. The Earth Spirit has the Blade Mail. They want to get this PA out, and they're just targeting the core. They don't care, and the rupture goes out of the PA. You can't blink out. You can't stay there. What are you gonna do? You're gonna die. And now the Magnus, he also dies because there is no way if PA and Pudge are dying, you're staying alive. So goodbye to you two. Bye back from PA, but hey,
are fortified.
what are you gonna do? You're gonna lose a tower, and that's exactly what I was dreading. Bad decisions coming out from Knox is going to cost them this game much faster than it usually would have. But let's see.
Dire's middle barracks are under
Edgy boy is going all out. Well, now they're not looking left, right, back.
Dire's middle
They're
barracks
just
has
going for a frontal push at the moment. And Knox players are once again coming back, trying to retaliate, trying to push back the aggression. And finally, Edgy boys, they will back off and they will wait for the right time for the final push because they've already destroyed the barracks. And now look at them, Invoker will back off. Sultan,
Well-gotten gains.
Phantom Assassin clearing the lane already. Well, Knox, if they loses another fight, then things are gonna be real nasty for them. Edgy boys, on the other hand, they are playing passive for the time being, but they will go aggressive once they find, they find out that window they were looking for. They are looking for. Let's see, is there. And look at that chain.
He's gonna TP top. They're gonna try to take the tormentor, and now after that, it's a very straightforward game because it just becomes an uphill battle for Knox. More and more they try to force fights, and especially when they're trying to get like a pick off on the Bloodseeker. The initial start was good, but they let the Bloodseeker get off that BKB, and that really caused them that extra bit of damage that could have happened in a Mystic Flare or even a Macro Pyre, and which is why they couldn't kill the Bloodseeker. Without the Bloodseeker in the game, there were some maybe a few chances to get a bit more out of that, and especially not lose that mid racks that is so important at this point in the game. 27 minutes and you're down a racks. It's not horrible, but it's not great either.
Well, yeah, let's see. Edgy boys. They, on the other hand, are in a very good position, in a very good situation. Some neutral items coming in, but on the other hand, Edgy boys. Well, look at them. Just roaming around the map and almost destroying the whole jungle area of the Knox. Well,
And we're already seeing PA build the BKB, and I mean, I feel he could have gone BKB before a Desolator. That could have been a choice, but they were lacking damage. I mean, I understand why he went Deso first, but without a BKB, it's a big problem. And speaking of big problems, that's a huge amount of damage on the Bloodseeker's head. But no, you can't kill a Bloodseeker when there's a Chen right behind backing you down. And guys, we talked about the Chen. The Chen is neck to neck with the PA in farm. Going to be very difficult. You do force a BKB out of the Bloodseeker, but guys, they're going to be having a slow burn, you know, like a slow cookout. They're going to have like a धीमी आंच पर तुम्हें जलाकर तुम्हें खाने वाले. जल्दी जलाएंगे नहीं, धीमी आंच पर जला तो देंगे ना. That looks like what's going to happen.
Yeah, they're annoying Knox. Like किश्तों में उन्हें परेशानियां दे रहे हैं. They are getting a kill, backing off, another kill, backing off, playing passively, then going aggressively out of nowhere all of a sudden. So yeah, somehow they are creating chaos and they are putting Knox into a dilemma. But let's see. Magnus is there. Direct match. Oh, on the other hand, Edgy boys, they will get that Roshan. And there comes that Aegis.
The cheese.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. Maybe Knox gets something done here. Maybe we see something that we haven't seen from them yet. A hook on a backline, maybe catching the Invoker first and just killing him in one go. That could be something that gives them some sort of entry, but it's so hard because Edgy boys just position themselves so well. And even if the Bloodseeker is just hitting the tower in front, he does have to pop his BKB and get back. Even then, they're doing that damage to the tower, which is really at this position very hard for them to fend off. And they do have a very strong high ground potential on Knox, but how long are you going to last if you don't win fights? Because sometime or the other, they're going to jump in on you. The Axe is going to jump, the Spirits is going to jump, and the Bloodseeker, he will definitely run into you. And that's a hook on Axe. He pops a BKB, and that could be a problem. Earth Spirit just jumps in. The RP connects on both. And the attack, but the Blood doesn't help them at all. The PA just kills him. The PA is going to die for this, but hey, maybe he just turns back and fights the Bloodseeker and he gets hooked. Oh, I got the hook. He saves the PA. The PA is going to wait this rupture out in the BKB. He's probably not going to be able to blink, but he's going to be able to blinks away from Bloodseeker. He does waste his ages, but still, I feel Edgy boys at this point of time are so strong that they just cannot lose. They're trying to do something here and there. There's some good plays coming out from Knox, but hey, you had to do this a bit earlier. But nonetheless, what a brilliant RP from Magnus, and even then PA jumping in without a single care in the world, and PA still jumps in. The Bloodseeker a bit out of position, it does not have Aegis, it does not have BKB, and he does run away. No, the PA jumps in and he does finish him off, but the Invoker is going to finish the PA off. There is no way you come in, you come and kill one of ours, and we don't kill you. You play with blood, and we play with blood. Right now, the Chen is going to bully everything. There's going to be the top racks going down. It's clashing. There's a lot of clashing here. But a kidnap. He kidnapped him. Jakiro being kidnapped from the radio station.
Sent back to the base. right now. It's a chaotic scenario. Knox got the fight they were looking for. Spear coming in, and Magnus.
Earth Spirit, he
Magnus
just
going
got.
all out.
He's
The
so low.
split
He's so
backs
low, but
off.
he just jumps away. He
Parasite
has the
is there to
skateboard
support
on him.
him.
He's
And
trying to
there.
run.
Oh, Invoker comes in. Invoker comes in. And look at them. Edgy boys once again holding on
And
to a
yeah,
great edge.
I think this is GG. Even if you have one Rax
Yeah.
remaining, and that's not going to be for long because they're just going to push it out. And like, yeah, they're just going to push it out. This is more or less.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They are at a point in the game where maybe if they execute very well, they could get a couple of kills, but a 31k lead, it's so difficult. Look at the Earth Spirit. He just goes in on 1/4 health and gets healed back almost to full. The Magnus, he's trying to do something, skewers back, but the Earth Spirit just jumps into the clown fountain. He's trying to kill the support so badly, but now he gets caught in the ice path and he will die for that. A bit too wishful, but hey, that's space created for your team. The rage keep going back to harass the Magnus. Yes, and the Magnus, there's a very, very important vision on the Magnus. He gets ruptured by the Bloodseeker. He's going to dive inside, but the dismember on the Bloodseeker. Are they throwing more with the Bloodseeker? He's so fast with the dagger inside and killing multiple heroes. He's going to keep healing, but no, not healing enough. There is the mega piece coming out, and there is a dead Bloodseeker. Maybe this is an opening for the PA to come in, but no, the axe. He calls and he catches the PA with the BKB on, but still the Invoker still dies, and Axe is now trying to run away. Even with mega creeps, Knox are showing some signs of breathing, some signs of life. What are you guys doing? You guys are so insane.
This is Knox for you. They do not know when to give up, how to give up, and fighting till the
RP?
last moment.
RP behind? Somewhere? I think someone has been caught. And the Invoker,
Yes.
he's got an instantly crit down by the PA. He's killed so fast. And the Budge, he is going to be killing the Bloodseeker. But no, the Bloodseeker, he turns back and kills him. The Bloodseeker is still going strong. The Earth Spirit, what the heck the play from the Earth Spirit? He stones himself, makes himself a statue, and now he's vulnerable. Now the cheese are dropped. The good game well played comes out under 35 minutes.
You're a beautiful person with a charming personality.
It was a good role. It was a good role, and they had a plan, but still a bit more for Knox to chew.
Well, the victory belongs to the Edgy boys. What a game. Beautiful, beautiful amount of aggression coming up from their side. Initiations was so perfect, but Knox heads off to them. Even till the very last moment, even till the very last fight, they were fighting back. They were retaliating, not giving up. And I think there were certain moments where, like, even we were surprised. How can Knox get these many frags from such a situation, from such a position? But still, they were doing some great stuff into the game. But Edgy boys, since the beginning till the end, gets a lot of frag, destroyed the ancient, and a great teamwork coming up from this side. And we were just discussing how team synergy is really important, how draft your picks, your bans are really important in any game. And once again, once again, Edgy boys proving the same.
You are definitely right in that aspect. I feel we need to really appreciate the performance Knox has put out. We saw they were in a losing position, but they kept their composure, they kept their morale at the same level that they had it since the start of the game, and they did not lose hope. And we could see the signs of life. We could see those smart fights that they took, especially the RP on the middle lane, and that could have been all the difference they needed. But a couple of bad decisions later, and we saw a very disappointing exit. I would have loved to see Knox in this tournament further because they definitely have something to show for themselves, something to prove. And now I feel they have proven something to us. For everyone watching this, I feel Knox deserves your respect. Hats off to them, guys. Even if Edgy Boys was a very difficult opponent, I feel we need to give Knox their due.
Yeah, and in the next game, in the game number 2 of the day, we are about to witness Team Komaru taking on the Mob, and that is going to be a great matchup too. Another exciting matchup. But before that, we will take a short little break. After the break, we will come back with the game number 2 of the day.
Yeah, no, I'm stuck like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, no, I'm stuck like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown. No, I'm stuck like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, no, I'm stuck like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. Yo, like I'm touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown. I can do my dance like a touchdown.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome back to Acer India Predator League 2024 Dota 2. We are back once again after a short little break. And Nakris, before the break, we have seen a tremendous game where both the teams were giving their best, level best, and we have seen a 33, 34 minutes long game. But it's time for the game number two, and this time we are about to witness Mob in action.
The mob. We are going to see the
Mob.
mob in action. I'm actually waiting very, very ardently for mob because they showed us a game yesterday. Because obviously it was a bit one-sided. but at the same time, I feel this could be as interesting as just the last game. So Mob versus Komaru. I don't know much about Komaru. Do you know something about Komaru?
Well, no idea, but yeah, we'll get to know a lot about them in this game.
Indeed. And I think they have something to prove because, yet again, I want to remind you guys best of one, ODI cricket. You do not have a choice. If you lose this, you lose. You get out of the tournament. So, right now, what Komaru must be thinking and should be thinking is how the hell are we going to outsmart the mob? If anything, they saw their games yesterday. We may see the pick and bans going the similar way as we saw just the last game. Just a counter pick, just a counter ban, and then a comfort pick. Although I hope it is more of a good pick than a comfort pick because we saw it actually seeing something. But yes, भविष्यवाणी आ चुकी है और pick and ban जारी है. So let's move on to the pick and ban, guys. The game is already underway and we are looking
5
at the
seconds
mob
remaining.
versus Komaru.
Dire team ban.
First ban, Brewmaster. I'm already sad, clashing. I'm gonna go home. Goodbye.
Dire
Well,
team ban.
this is the classic ban nowadays, and that is what we were talking about on the desk before game number 1-2. That are we gonna
10
witness
seconds
Brewmaster in
remaining.
action, or is it going to be banned again and again and again? And we have our answers already.
5 seconds Radiant team ban.
But there was one more prediction which I'm very much looking forward to. Last game, the Pangolier was still in the pool. Although no team picked it, I was very,
10
very excited for it.
seconds remaining.
There is a chance this game maybe, just maybe, we
5
can see a
seconds
Pangolier.
remaining.
I feel the mob has banned Pangolier yesterday. They may also ban it today. We could very well see it in the second ban. But please, pretty please. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? They're really chewing into their reserve time for the second ban. I feel they want it to be something very, very significant, which can catch Komaru off guard. The game starts already, right? As I said, the chess game has already started. If they throw them off right now, if Komaru is kind of in the back foot, they already have the mob already has an advantage going into the
10
game.
seconds remaining.
So the Earth Spirit ban, also a very, very good hero. And we saw it last game, what
5 seconds
chaos
remaining.
it had created and what a hard time the opponent team was having doing anything in front of him. So a good ban coming up from the mob. In fact, they don't want to be subjected to that same treatment, especially with a hero that just doesn't seem to die.
Well, let's see what's going to be the next ban.
Dire team ban.
Night Stalker. Okay. Good ban, actually. That could be something that Komaru has in mind. Some heroes that they
10
want to pick that
seconds
are
remaining.
countered by Night Stalker. We can maybe look at some, range supports,
5
maybe a
seconds
Drow Ranger,
remaining.
maybe an Anti-Mage. I'm still excited to see an Anti-Mage in a game, but it's so hard to play it and lane it. Even with the buffs it has gotten, people are still a bit more doubtful when they are playing an Anti-Mage. And especially when you have heroes like PA, Juggernaut, and all of those very, very strong, good lane dependent carries that you can get, an Anti-Mage doesn't seem like the best go-to pick. But one can hope.
Well, the hope is only thing that we can do right now. Hoping is the only thing, and that is what we are doing right now. We're hoping that we might see some extraordinary picks coming up from both the teams. Well, the mob, they've
Komaru-
already played a game yesterday and they were amazing with that. But Komaru,
They were. And Komaru is, again, they're really biting into the reserve time in the banning phase. The pick phase hasn't even started, and already in the banning phase, you're almost done with half of your reserve time. This could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what kind of decisions they make, and especially what kind of draft they have in mind and if they get to execute it. Because remember, they want to ban these heroes that maybe the opponent would never pick. Maybe a Night Stalker is a comfort pick for someone that they want to ban out. Maybe they know the mob very well and we don't. But
Radiant team
if you don't
ban.
let this Night Stalker, okay, Nyx Assassin ban, all of these heroes being very, very pointed towards a certain kind of hero. Those heroes that are scared of
10
being caught
seconds
off guard.
remaining.
I am smelling an Anti-Mage. I want
5
an Anti-Mage in this
seconds
game, and I feel
remaining.
Komaru are sort of fielding for it, or fielding for a hero that is similar to an Anti-Mage,
Radiant
like
team pick.
a
Dire
hero
team
that is a hit and run. Someone wants to blink away, jump away, skid away, and we see a Dawnbreaker. You kept the Dawnbreaker open, and the Dawnbreaker is going to be picked. Komaru Komaru has to have an answer for that amount of healing. Maybe a Skadi hero, maybe someone who will
10
deceive his guard,
seconds remaining.
a Vessel hero. You have to stop this Dawnbreaker from doing what the
5
Dawnbreaker does,
seconds
is
remaining.
heal and kill. Need to have a solution, guys. So, yet again, 40 seconds on reserve time when it comes to Komaru. 30 seconds. Make it count, guys, because this is the last 30 seconds you will have, especially when in times you have to pick fast. This pick could be very important. "10 seconds. Cutting a bit too close, if I'm being very honest.
Radiant
5
team
seconds,
back.
okay.
Puts it away.
Pangolier! We see the Pangolier being picked.
Finally.
And now, yet again, I have been sated. I won't be able to see the Brewmaster, but I do get to see the Pangolier. So, the prediction for today, 2 games out of 4, we're going to see a Pangolier. Let's hope
10
this is one.
seconds remaining.
And now, let's see if we see it again. But what I don't
5
want to see
seconds remaining.
for Komaru is a Bloodseeker. A Bloodseeker, an instant counter for the Pangolier, and it just pairs so well with an offlane Dawnbreaker. You have banned heroes that deal with Bloodseeker very well. Nyx Assassin deals with Bloodseeker very well. Night Stalker also not bad versus Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker could be a very good pick. And I feel the mob is seeing it. They banned the Medusa because they don't want the Medusa being run against the Bloodseeker. And also, at the same time, could enable some other picks
10
for them.
seconds remaining.
But this Pangolier, he could be such a big problem. And I don't know if the mob
5
is going to be
seconds remaining.
specifically addressing it, but I always would want a Pangolier to be addressed. A Pangolier is no hero to be joked about. He can wreck a fight for your team or the opponent, depending on the kind of player you have. But then, wreck the fight he will. 1 minute 20 seconds. The mob, they're
Dire
taking their
team
sweet time.
back.
They know they have all the time in the world, especially when Komaru does not have any reserve time left. A 5-second reserve time over and above the 30 seconds they already get. They have to really be thinking on their feet and not get frazzled in the manning phase. They may be a bit too frazzled in front of the mob, maybe wasted a bit too much time thinking about a Pangolier, debating about it.
seconds
They maybe
remaining.
had a different hero in mind. Let's see if that different hero turns up as the second pick
5
or
seconds
a
remaining.
ban. They don't want the Bloodseeker, and I hope they see it. They could very well ban the Bloodseeker right now. 5 seconds, okay, a Void Spirit ban. Maybe again, for a grander scheme of things, they want the Void Spirit away from the game, and especially for the synergy reasons that it has, or even a good player on the side of mob who plays Earth Spirit that way. I keep saying Earth Spirit, but it's a Void Spirit. I'm terribly sorry,
10
guys. A
seconds
Void Spirit.
remaining.
Equally as annoying as an Earth Spirit, but hey, infinitely
5
more
seconds
damage
remaining.
than an
Radiant
Earth Spirit.
team pick.
Second pick
Sky Wrath
will be a
Mage.
Sky Wrath Mage. We have been
Oh.
seeing this hero quite a lot of times.
Yeah, it has a very high pick ratio these days. We have seen
In-
Sky Wrath Mage in
I
action.
think every
yesterday.
game?
Yeah, almost in every game.
Yeah, every game we have seen a Sky Wrath. And I
10
think
seconds remaining.
it's for a reason. Sky Wrath is just an overall such a solid position 4
5
hero,
seconds
especially
remaining.
when it pairs with your offlane and you just keep getting kills and kills and kills, zoning away the carry with that extreme amount of early game magic damage. Not just early game, mind you, also mid game, late game, he just becomes a monster. Even if he is a poor support, he will always deal an insane amount of damage to some hero on the battlefield. So it's never a bad hero to have on your side. And now we see the mob picking up the Dark Willow, also a great hero when it comes to Pangolier, maybe, but I don't know. Dark Willow suffers very badly against Skyrath Mage because the extreme amount of magic damage becomes even more
10
extreme when you're in the
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Realm. You can annoy people, and hell, you know what? I
5
would love to see a
seconds
core
remaining.
Dark Willow here with the Moon Shards and the Aghanim Scepters and just whacking people with the Moon Shards. I would like to see it, but again, it's such a risky pick. In the lane, you may just get harassed out of it and may not be able to protect your core. 50 seconds?
The mob.
50
Third
seconds
pick
is,
on board.
I mean, they're still taking their time, right? I mean, I feel even if they have an idea in their head already of their draft, they are going to take their time because they already want to keep the pressure going on. Remember, the more time they take to pick a hero, Komaru are still wasting time thinking. They know that Komaru doesn't see anything in that third pick phase until right now that they've picked Templar Assassin, and every single second they don't know what they want to pick. It adds to the
10
anxiety.
seconds
It is all
remaining.
about team morale, guys. It's all about the mind games you want to play. And right now, if the mob has shown us anything yesterday, it's the mind games they are capable of playing. And I feel the Timbersaw yet again is a pick that could go both ways. All these picks are turning out to be a very, very all over the place kind of thing,
10
because
seconds remaining.
even if a Timbersaw is great versus a Templar Assassin, it really suffers against a
5
Dark Willow.
seconds
It
remaining.
really suffers against a Dawnbreaker. And if it lanes well and if it has a good game, gets the right items, it is a Shiva's Guard carrier, so it could be a very, very good strong thing against Dawnbreaker and the Wind Ranger. Again, I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe this kiting potential that they want to have. People are just running around chasing. Pangolier chases, Timbersaw chases, Wind Ranger chases, and they want to run at the opponent team and not let them chase. But what if the mob just sees this through and through
10
and
seconds
picks up a
remaining.
tank who just eats all the damage and
Radiant
helps them run
team
away?
ban.
Maybe again the Bloodseeker. It was a long time coming, and they just let them take it because Komaru has 3 chasers, and what's good against a chaser, guys? The Bloodseeker. They could have banned it earlier, but they chose to ban the Void Spirit, and now I feel they have just gotten checkmated.
10
This
seconds
Bloodseeker
remaining.
will have phenomenal lanes, phenomenal
5
game,
seconds
and also a
remaining.
phenomenal team fight. You rupture any single person
Entire
from
team
this
back.
thing, you will kill him. This is a kill rupture, not a disable rupture. This is brutal. I don't know what they're going to do. What are
Entire team
Komaru going
back.
to do? Clashing, this could
Let's
be a
see.
very fast game.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah. Well, this could be. We have to wait for it, right? It's too early to predict something like that. But yeah, both the teams have.
And remember, clashing,
Yeah.
Komaru does not have a stun. Except the Pangolier
Mhm.
role, they do
10
not have a
seconds
stun.
remaining.
You can depend on the shackle shot, but again, it's not
Radiant
a very, very strong and it's not a reliable stun. And we need reliable stuns right now.
Yeah, you cannot
Dawnbreaker,
rely
no
on that.
stun really. And especially if you're a chaser, you're going to require stuns. Because you have a Bloodseeker on the opposite team. The
10
Bloodseeker, he's
seconds
going to use the
remaining.
Rupture to prevent you from running away. So, you got to be a bit careful.
5
You need
seconds
something to
remaining.
control the map.
Well, the mob, they are so far really good with the picks, but the 5th pick, the final pick too. Let's see what is it going to be. A Bloodseeker, Templar Assassin, Dark Willow, and Dawnbreaker already joining the party. Up against a Pangolier, Skyreth Mage, Timbersaw, and Wind Ranger. Again, a solid stun. Not having a solid stun is a big problem here for Komaru, but a pick and Disruptor.
Beautiful
comes in.
pick.
mob.
Absolutely beautiful. This pick just shows how much Mob understands Komaru and also understands the game. Disruptor, Bloodseeker. These heroes just gel well together. You want to run away? No, you can't. I have a Disruptor. You want to stay there? No, you can't. I have a Bloodseeker and a Dawnbreaker. And especially a Templar Assassin. And a Sven, while it may seem like not a problematic pick, I'm really worried for it. A Sven does not do well against a Templar Assassin. A Sven does not do well against a Dark Willow. A Sven does not do well against a Disruptor, guys. Especially, we will be able to see an Aghanim's Disruptor. We will be able to see a Rupture going down. The TA who is extremely fat because the laning for the TA, even if it is versus the Wind Ranger or the Pangolier, the TA is always going to have farm. And already, I don't know clashing. The mob. What the hell is going to happen in this game? Is it going to be like a
Well, the mob.
25-minute
Seconds remaining.
quick clack fluke?
Well, it looks like this if
5
you
seconds remaining.
measure it only on the basis of draft, but then again, a lot of factors matters, right? But then again, if you look at the
Indeed.
mob's gameplay, then you cannot deny the fact that they do have a great gameplay. They always comes up with a great game plan. They are the masters of this chess game, right? But yeah, let's see what is gonna happen in this game number 2 of the day. The mob taking on Team Komaru. Well, there's a severe difference in the drafts. But yeah, we have to wait. We have to wait till the game begins to get a rough idea about who can survive for how long.
And I will not lie to you, Clashing. I'm looking for some aggressive play from the mob. They know they have the power from the start to the finish. They are powerful. Even if there's a Timbersaw in front of them, even if there is a Pangolier or a Wind Ranger in front of them, we need to understand that the mob cannot take their foot off the gas. You give this draft time, this draft could surprise you. Maybe multiple Lotus Orbs, multiple Lincoln Spheres, just stopping the rupture from being a problem at all. And even the rupture, it's not a very low cooldown spell. Even if it is, you can't use it too many times in a team fight. You may get the 2 rupture charges later on, but the 2 rupture charges, there's still 2. You can't rupture everybody. And what if you kill the Bloodseeker? What if you catch him? There's so much going on here, and I feel, as you said, this could go both ways, but I want to believe that the mob has the right idea when they drafted this and has the right outlook to this game when they drafted this. So I'm going to look for something very, very straightforward and very, very solid from the mob, and they're going to take this game away in a deciding fashion. So my vote in terms of the draft will go to the mob. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Komaru. Well, their draft is a little off, but the mob, on the other hand, is coming up really strong. And also, it's not only about draft. If you look at the past achievements, if you look at the past gameplays, then we have already seen mob placed yesterday in this same IP, in this same tournament, and they were literally destroying their opponents. They were annihilating each and every single hero, and with such a great draft, well, chances are pretty high that mob can dominate this one too.
And chances being high, and also the fact that their draft, even if they're great players, the draft just helps them so much.
Mhm.
And I'm looking for it. I am waiting for them to show off this draft to us, to show off
Yeah.
what this can do. This is dangerous.
Well, we
I'm already like,
yeah
I've
we
never been this convinced by a draft in the past 6 games that we have seen.
we have
Five
to wait.
games.
We have to wait a little bit more to watch that draft in action, watch those heroes in action. I believe the game will resume pretty soon, and once it does, man, there's gonna be chaos all around the mob. I'm just imagining what is going through their minds right now. And it's complete destruction.
I'm feeling the destruction right here. I mean, it's just, I want to think something more is going to happen. I want to think that maybe, just maybe they just are we get surprised. I don't know what else to say. It is so hard to support a draft where you are just avoiding a single ban like the Bloodseeker. Just avoiding that ban, it's going to cause so many problems, and I really feel for the team. I don't know. This is so it's tense.
Mm.
I'm feeling the tension here, and Komaru is definitely feeling the tension, I feel.
Well, yes, they need to feel the tension because they are the ones about to play the game. Well, they might be
And
preparing some. Yeah.
uh, the TA, I have not talked about the TA at all, but
Yeah.
let's not joke about it. Bloodseeker, yes, you maybe catch him, but what happens when you catch the TA? What kind of tick damage do you have? You can't tick him
Hmm.
down. You can't waste his refraction. You have burst damage through Sven. You have burst damage through Skyrath Mage. You have burst damage everywhere. Even the Timbersaw is burst damage. And you can maybe get all of your damage out on the TA and maybe kill him, but at the same time, the rest of the team is just going to finish you off anyway. And again, this TA, when he gets fat, a Timbersaw with 50 armor, you don't care. You don't care as a TA. You'll kill anybody and everybody in front of you. And especially with that multiple minus armor stacks and the team helping you out, especially the disruptor keeping everyone in place. You're trying to run away, disruptor will glimpse you back. Glimpse you back, glimpse you back, glimpse you back, glimpse you back, and it's going to be a big problem. And especially the static field, guys. You remember static
Mhm.
field? Silence is in an area of effect. It does quite a bit of damage, not damage wise, but the silence itself. All these heroes depend on their spells to run away. Pangolier has to use Rolling Boulder. Wind Ranger cannot run. Timbersaw cannot run. Pangolier cannot run. Who can run? And if you do run, what the hell are you going to do after running? Walk? Watch the game? We are watching the game already.
Well, we are not. Right now, we are waiting for the game. We are right now
Indeed, we
waiting
are.
for the game to begin, and once it does, then we will watch it with a lot of excitement, of course.
What I am watching right now is that beautiful logo, India Predator League 2024. The logo is actually designed pretty well. Props, shout outs to whoever designed this logo. It's very pretty.
Hmm.
And I'm just hypnotized by how good it is. It is
Wow.
absolutely beautiful. And look at the effects also going out around the screen around us. Like small runic symbols that are going around watching us. But I feel what is missing is to hear from the rest of the
Well,
people who are sponsoring this event. So we are going to go to a commercial break. Guys, I'm really sorry. We'll get back to the game, but stick with us. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. We first have to address some very sad news. Due to some technical difficulties, we have seen one of the potential amazing games that we were going to see from Team Komaru be disqualified. And because of that, we'll be moving forward to the next game, which is going to be a very, very spicy one. It will be Rogue Squad versus Team Relax. What do you think, Clash? What's cooking with that?
Wow, Team Relax taking on Rogue Squad. Well, Rogue Squad, we all remember the gameplay in the past game, previous game that they played in, I think yesterday. Yep, yesterday they were playing a game and we have already seen their domination in that one. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, Team Relax, this is going to be the first game we're about to witness from their side on stream. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen because a lot of things depends on the draft too. So yeah, we'll wait for the draft phase to begin.
And the wait is over. Pick and ban right here. We will jump right into the game for the first ban right in time. Rogue Squad, captained by
10
our very
seconds
own,
remaining.
very good, very amazing position 5-4 player
5 seconds
Pasol.
remaining.
Let's see what he has cooking. The first ban, usually going to be the usual bans. Could be Brewmaster, could be Pangolier, could be Earth Spirit, could be
Radiant
Nature's
team
Prophet, and it is the Brewmaster. Once more, out of the breach. We are not going to have Brewmaster this game. We could look at any more potential
10
picks
seconds
coming
remaining.
out. Team Relax. I hope they're relaxed because they need to be
5
relaxed in front of a
seconds
team that
remaining.
is of Rogue Squad's caliber. Because you need to keep a cool mind, you need to keep a
Radiant
very
team
chill
ban.
demeanor, and you have to ban Nature's Prophet yet again. One more of our 4 top bans of this tournament.
10
It's
seconds remaining.
obviously going to be an interesting game.
5 seconds remaining.
And
Dire team ban.
Warlock, good ban. Pasol usually does play Warlock and he plays a very, very good Warlock, so that's a heads up play from Team Relax.
Radiant
They are
team
going to
ban.
deny it, and Rogue Squad denies yet another very, very popular ban. The Earth Spirit, they deny that hero. No one will be playing that hero, no one will be
10
running around the whole
seconds
place,
remaining.
bumping into people and saying, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna kill you.
5
not gonna
seconds
happen.
remaining.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see
Radiant
what all are
team ban.
they gonna ban. Oh,
Legion Commander. Legion Commander being
Goes down.
banned is one of the
10 seconds remaining.
well, it's kind of a gotcha pick. It has to synergize well with
seconds
something or the
remaining.
other. And we know that also there is a certain idea behind the Legion Commander and synergy. So let's hope it is synergizing pretty well. They're looking for something.
Dire team ban.
One more
10
ban.
seconds
Invoker,
remaining.
again, a very, very strong ban. I should say that Invoker is
5
one of those
seconds
heroes that you have to be
remaining.
extremely careful of, especially when it comes to playing it as a support. Because even as a support, it is so effective, and you don't want it to, well, bite you later on. And it usually does bite so many more people, and we have seen it so many times bite people without them expecting it. That annoying tornado, that spell, it's a very, very all-rounding spell. It debuffs you, it takes all the positive buffs away, and also sometimes it can take out runes. And that's a ban of a
Radiant
Dawnbreaker.
team pick.
Very heads up bans coming out from Rogue Squad, and instantly the Vengeful Spirit has been picked. 4 of these heroes on the side of Rogue Squad, 3 including Brewmaster, Earth Spirit, and Dawnbreaker, and now the Vengeful as a pick. All these 4 heroes have been the hot picks for this tournament, and they
10
are
seconds
extremely sought
remaining.
after. And maybe Rogue Squad already has their number. They're already
5
thinking on those
seconds
lines of a
remaining.
meta. We can see the meta forming a certain strategy in their head, and I feel Rogue Squad is going to stick to their guns, and they're going to stick to a very, very solid game plan. And let's see how relaxed Team Relaxed is. Undying coming out.
well, the very first undying pick of the day, Vengeful Split
10 seconds
from the side of
remaining.
Rogue Squad. Well, Dawnbreaker goes down
5
too.
seconds remaining.
Again, that brewmaster pick that you wanted to
Dire
see.
team ban.
Yeah,
Ember
I'm not
Spirit
gonna
goes
see it,
down.
but there's still the Pangolier. This will mark 2 games, or rather, well, unfortunately, the second game which we didn't get to see, but 2 games where Pangolier was picked, and I'm very, very much waiting for a Pangolier right now. This could be it.
10
This
seconds
could
remaining.
be it.
5 seconds remaining.
Ember Spirit banned by Rogue Squad. I think they understand the potential of an Ember Spirit in a good player's hands. It's just chaos, and especially for backline
Radiant
heroes,
team
and
banned.
even for heroes like Vengeful Spirit who can easily swap away, Ember Spirit can follow and murder. But now, very soon, we are going to be watching back-to-back 6 picks from both teams right after this ban. Both of the teams not really using much of the reserve time. They are very clear at what they want to
10
pick and what they want to ban, and we already see no amount of confusion. This could be a
5
closer
seconds
game than we
remaining.
thought earlier. Is Rogue Squad prepared for this, or is Team Relaxed going to surprise us today?
Well, let's see.
Radiant team pick.
Okay.
Well, let's see what's going to be the
Jagro?
second pick of. Oh, goes down. But let's see what's going to be the second pick of Team Relax. Apart from that Undying, of course.
Team Relax. I feel they can relax a bit right now. They can pick, like, they have
10 seconds
2 picks
remaining.
after this pick, and they have to really think what those 2 picks are going to
5
be. And also,
seconds
once they
remaining.
get picked, they want to be very, very careful as to what they counter pick in their pick at the 4th picking phase. So this is the point where they have to really bite into their reserve time. They are going to use that point
Dire
to
team
get
pick.
1 pick that decides 2 more picks on the side of Rogue Squad. And yet again, we see a first phase Willow. Like a Willow pick, we love a Willow pick, and I feel that hero at a position 4, and especially paired with an Undying, it has a very, very big potential
10
of
seconds
controlling
remaining.
team fights. And Rogue Squad has to respect that and ban accordingly.
5
And pick
seconds
accordingly, I'm
remaining.
sorry. The possible
see.
picks, I mean, I wouldn't hate Snapfire. I would really like a Snapfire on the side of Rogue Squad. It sounds like a very, very off pick, considering we have not seen it in the past couple of games, but it's a very, very solid pick against the Undying, especially to kill the Tombstone, and also against the Willow for that extreme amount of magic damage that you can deal, which a Willow really
Yeah.
does not like. And being
Yes.
a Snapfire who is position 5, you can have a lot of impact because the Shredder does not care how much damage you have. All it cares about is damage instances. So the Undying pick will be more or less nullified by a Snapfire pick. And I feel they understand it. The Snapfire is still in the pool, and they want to pick something like it. They want to pick something that hits the Tombstone and also is unaffected by the amount of crowd control that Team Relax seem to have right now.
Well, let's see. A Vengeful Spirit is already in the lineup.
And Rogue Squad is
Well,
going to take the time. I mean, they're going to wait 30 seconds.
Tusk.
Yeah, a Tusk. Okay.
Tusk.
That's a Pasol Tusk, if I'm not wrong. Pasol plays a lot of Tusk, and I would love to see something happen in this game, but still no answer for the Undying, so to say. Undying, again, notoriously very good against a Tusk.
10
Any
seconds
strength hero,
remaining.
Undying just takes your strength with that DK, and he will make
5
the laning phase an
seconds
extremely
remaining.
hard ordeal. We don't want to see a repeat of what we saw in the last couple of games with a very one-sided, or rather, this could not be one-sided. Maybe both these teams are so equally matched that we may finally get a 40-plus
Radiant
minute
team
game.
pick.
Decide something. That's a Doom.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm being very honest. I like it, but I don't like it because the Doom on its own is very good. But I mean, I
10
want some
seconds
solution for the
remaining.
Tombstone. Because if everything goes right, you don't
5
have a
seconds
Tombstone
remaining.
hitter on your team, and even if you get your spells off, you somehow manage to get into the fight and get a Doom, you won't be able to chase him because the zombies will be slowing you down. The Tusk, even with a snowball, will be slowed down. There's so much that the Tombstone has the risk of doing to Rogue Squad, and they really need to do something. And I think Relax sees their opportunity, and they don't want to pick something that is going to necessarily help them, but more or less deny the potential of Rogue Squad to counter this crowd control. So what they may be thinking right now is to pick a hero that Rogue Squad would have liked to pick and take it for themselves. This could be a very, very heads-up pick, and this could mean a move ahead when it comes to the chess from Team Relax.
Well, the score pick can build the trajectory of the draft. Team Relax, well, they are taking their sweet time deciding where they should
There are many
head.
strong
Radiant
offlanes
team pick.
in the pool. I feel a Razor.
Ah,
Oh, a
Razors.
Razor does come. Okay, so now, already, I am favoring this Team Relax draft insanely more than what I did earlier. Like this draft, just with these 3
10
heroes,
seconds
is
remaining.
already spelling the doom for so many of these.
5
Vengeful
seconds
Tusk.
remaining.
I mean, a Razor can be focused and killed, but just staying in the fight and walking around, running around is going to be extremely difficult for Rogue Squad to get any kind of burst damage on Razor, because the more you prolong this fight in front of Undying, in front of Willow, in front of Razor, you are going to be the one who is losing with that extreme amount of like small pecks and small
Dire team
jabs of
pick.
damage coming in. And the Wraith King, a very, very solid pick versus the Doom. I absolutely love this pick from Team Relax. Right now, the Wraith King, he does not have a counter on the field. And even if somehow they pick a
10
Wraith King
seconds
counter,
remaining.
the rest of the 3, the Razor, Willow, and Undying, will have
5
a gala
seconds
time
remaining.
having to run around the Rogue Squad team. And this is already, I
Dire
am
team
loving the
back.
draft by Team Relax.
Drow Ranger.
Decent. That's a decent pick. Drow Ranger is good against a Tombstone. It's good against Willow. And I mean, for the supports itself, I feel Drow Ranger can lane somewhat against them. But
10 seconds remaining.
how are you going to match up versus Razor or Wraith King? Wraith King would have been an easy kill or an easily manageable thing if
Radiant
Razor
team
wasn't in the
back.
game, because the Razor is always going to be in your face. He's going to be nullifying your marksmanship. He's not going to let you have that extra agility and that extra damage that you will get from it, and that will make killing Wraith King that much harder, because you cannot depend on the Doom to doom the Wraith King. You have to depend on the Doom to doom the Razor, and you
10
are going to
seconds
wait
remaining.
for that perfect initiation. And I feel Rogue Squad, maybe I am not
5
talking about
seconds
their
remaining.
potential of a perfect initiation. As we talked about execution.
team
If execution is not on point, maybe we will not see anything. But Rogue Squad, with the right execution, as good a draft as Team Relax is putting forward, I feel they have a chance of really pulling forward some plays with the right kind of mentality.
10
Well, let's see,
seconds
we will
remaining.
see, but a final ban
5 seconds
is yet to be
remaining.
revealed. But apart from that, there are 1-1 picks available for both the teams. What, according to you, can be the best pick Team Relax can go for?
Team Relax right now needs that active or rather inactive offlane or mid lane. Right now, I'm still a bit doubtful as to what lane Razor is going to go to. I would prefer him to be facing off against
Radiant
a
team
mid. What is this pick?
Storm
A Storm Spirit. That's a brave pick. I feel this could work or this could be a disaster. But the last pick from Team Relax could be the one that is deciding how good or bad the Storm Spirit is. Because by itself, I feel the Storm Spirit does not have
10
any
seconds
disable
remaining.
catching him. There is no stun. There are roots, but there is no real
5
stun except the
seconds
Wraith King,
remaining.
which could hurt the Storm Spirit, and even the Dark Willow Crown. But at the same time, a Spirit can dodge anything. So this could be the pick that Rogue Squad were looking for to open up the game to play 5 versus Team Relax. Just with 10 seconds, who is going to pick a hero that decides their fate in this game?
You may now
I
select your heroes.
absolutely love this pick. They need that kind of hero right now. They need heroes that just jump inside the fray and start a fight. They are going to concentrate on the draw. They don't care if the Storm jumps the backlines. They don't care if the supports die. Just the Razor and the Mars along with the Wraith King, are going to be choking the cores on the side of Rogue Squad. I feel that is the game plan what Team Relax is looking for. Again, very execution based, very much on the side of skill, but we should not count anyone out, especially when we have seen such a stellar draft from both sides. I feel there is a lot to watch, and maybe, just maybe, this is a 40-minute game waiting to happen.
Well, let's see. Is it going to be a 40-minute game or more than that? Well, only time can tell because both the teams are on par. The drafts are looking powerful too. Well, it's really hard to predict in this one.
Prepare for battle.
But do be sure to stay tuned with us, guys, for this week, and also furthermore in October where the LAN event is going to happen. Yes, guys, I am telling you there is an offline event waiting to happen, and that is going to be the true hype. So please stay tuned and stay watching this stream, because we are going to give you some interesting games as we see an interesting move from the side of Rogue Squad, catching the Mars but not really catching him. The shards kind of missing him, Rogue Squad, but being slowed by the arrows and blocked by Pasol on the Tusk. That's going to be a kill on the Mars. Who does it go to? It goes to Pasol. Pasol will collect the first blood. That's a bit out of position for Mars, especially with the smoke breaking and him not having the reactions. Pasol being so heads up with the shards. That's
30
interesting.
seconds.
That's
to battle.
interesting.
Rogue Squad. Great beginning.
We need to give
Yeah,
them
this
a lot
is-
of credit. We shouldn't forget that Rogue Squad is full of amazing players. Even with the limitations that we can see in the draft, there is insane amount of potential just
The
through
battle
skill and
begins.
game understanding. That just may be the difference that they need to win this best of one against Team Relax. Dreezy. There is going to be how many rooms were picked up? Observer, can you press enter? I want to see the runes. I would like to know what happened in the runes. Okay, so we see Drow Ranger, Undying, and Vengeful Spirit. Okay, Vengeful, Undying. So 2-2 on this on two sides. So that's an even exchange of runes, and I feel along with the first blood that gives Rogue Squad that bit a bit more advantage. Not necessarily to the mid laner because he did not get the first blood kill, but at the same time, Pasol, he could be making one big item. He could be having more impact in the lane, and especially when he has to play aggressive because he's going to be laning with the Doom. And a Doom Tusk lane is nothing to be scoffing at, guys. That lane is going to be brutal for whoever is against it. Even someone like Mars. It's not going to be a fun time for Mars Willow. Or is it Mars Undying? I think it should be Mars Willow. It is Mars Willow. So Mars Willow, and it will be on the bottom side. Oh, it's a Razor mid. Yeah, of course. It's a Razor mid. And Wraith King safe lane along with that Undying. Wraith King Undying also a very good combo with the amount of pressure they can put on the opposing off lane. And especially when the off lane is a Doom, it's a bit hard. So the matchup, as we talked about, Doom on this side and the Mars on that side, I really wonder what will happen. I don't know who will come out on top. I feel the lanes are equally difficult, but execution. But I'm willing to bet maybe Pasol has something up his sleeve. That blood grenade, he is keeping it very close to him. A bit ahead, aggressively sentry warding, maybe. He wants to see what's happening here.
Draw Ranger. Well, right now, players are maintaining a safe distance from each other. A great beginning again. But Mars, Assault, as well as Draw Ranger, dealing some chip damage. Meanwhile, playstyle. He's trying to aggress Razor. Razor trying to play.
That is always going to go in the Razor's favor. Razor, again, one kind of mid laner that somehow always will never come out behind. Very much like maybe like a Kumka used to be in the last patch. You just stand in the lane and you have such a presence that you are going to force out the opponent. And Razor is such a hero. It's such a strong pick when it comes to laning, such a strong pick when it comes to the game itself and also team fighting. I feel a more well-rounded hero than Razor. There are maybe 2 or 3. That hero just does everything. I'm already seeing Wraith King towering in last hits. He's going to be having last hits for days because the Doom, as much as he's trying to pull waves, which is very heads-up play by him, I don't think there's anything the Vengeful Spirit can do to stop the Wraith King from farming, but at the same time, Undying, that's not the story for him. The Undying, oh, he's using the stun to deny it. That's a good heads-up play from Dreezy, but other than that, that's an extreme amount of mana investment to deny one creep. At the same time, Doom, he's half health. He's suffering, and meanwhile, talking about suffering, the Dark Willow, he's gonna suffer really badly. Getting caught off guard, and the Drow Ranger that uses his third skill to just shovel everything up. Tusk and Drow, not something to be scoffed at. It's absolutely a dangerous combo with the slows being paired up with the tag team and the frost arrows. It's not going to be easy for any hero to run away, even if it is a Willow with a shadow realm.
But on the other hand, Raze is still in a 1v1 situation. Just both the players are poking each other, going for some denies, some last hits.
I have to say, I'm very surprised that Razor has just 5 last hits to the 12 of playstyle. He's heavily outplaying the Razor on the lane, and I shudder to think, if you're not using Razor as dominantly as he is usually, what's going to happen? Because he needs that early aggression, that early boost in his game to really carry this game from early to mid game and to rotate and make something happen. Because again, you need to understand the Razor is not an initiator. For Storm, he just needs level 6 and he needs one item and he'll be all over the map looking for kills and farming jungle and farming stacks. Razor, yes, he can farm stacks with his ultimate, but you don't want to use the ultimate for that when you can get kills which are easily possible on the side lanes. But right now, Razor's not really having a fun time. Picking up in last hits, yet again, but a bit too scary for me.
Meanwhile, on to the offlane.
And I feel that's the difference with like good mid laners. Speaking of good mid laners, let's talk about the top lane. The Willow is yet again going to be caught, but Pasol, he's maybe a bit too ahead, and he's going to get chowed down by the mask first. He is not going to survive that, and maybe Dark Willow, a bit of jukes, but no, he just spears him towards the Willow, and he sees the Willow and he finishes him off. Maybe the Willow would have been saved if the spear had hit somewhere else, and maybe if it would have connected with the tree, and he would have been stunned, but no. The Drow is pushed right into vision of the Willow and finishes him off. But still, that's a kill on Pasol. Overextension costing him his life first. And Willow, still, even if he's feeding a solo kill to the Drow Ranger, he does get some EXP for that Pasol kill. Vengeful Spirit beautifully pulling the wave. This is what we need to see from this lane. This is the only way Doom gets to do something, but Doom, he's so far ahead. The Tombstone has been popped and the Blood Grenade has been popped. You cannot run away and you cannot be so close to the enemy lane. Vengeful Spirit was just pulling the lane for you. Why were you ahead? And he's going to pay for that mistake very, very badly by paying with his life. And that's an off lane going down to the Wraith King, who is already leading in the in the last hit chart. But as we say that, Mars dies to the Drow Ranger. The Drow Ranger on a killing spree. What is the net worth situation, I wonder? Net worth on the Drow, or yes, the Drow is indeed leading the net worth. He has got more kills in that lane and also an almost equal amount of last hits. He is not going to be suffering at all. That's going to be a beautiful lane for the Drow Ranger. But at the same time, Wraith King, surprisingly enough, he is also going to be very close to Drow Ranger, and especially when that skeleton kicks in, he could be very well farming faster than the Drow Ranger ever did. We see the mid lane matchup being a bit difficult for Razor. I mean, 2400 to 2100. You don't want to see that as a Razor, but that's the reality.
Well, yes, Rogue Squad, they did got some of the...
One more initiation. Pasol blocks him with the shards, and he's trying to suck playstyle of his damage, but it's not going to happen. The Vengeful also rotates with the stun, and that's going to be a kill for playstyle. He is getting the last hit. That's a very, very good play from the side of Rogue Squad yet again, rotating so well. And this
Radiant's middle
draft,
tower
if you
is
don't
under
play
attack.
well, and if you're outclassed by the players, this draft is for nothing. I'm already feeling the pressure for Team Relaxed. I hope they're still relaxed, because if they're too relaxed, maybe that could be bad, because this is looking bad. Storm Spirit jumping in. The Wraith King does not have an ultimate. If he dies, he dies. He does get stunned by the Vengeful Spirit, and there's so much amount of burst damage coming out from the Storm Spirit. He is going to kill him. The Tombstone also goes down to the Storm Spirit. He has so much gold at this point of time. He can start his Witchblade as fast as he wants. And maybe he's not even going for the Witchblade. Maybe he's going for the Sanchkaya. What does he go for? Basol, he's waiting for that EXP rune. He's waiting in the trees. He has taken this Watcher. He's going to probably stun the Willow, but how will he stun if he has Shadow Realmed him? So he wants to stay out of vision, so he doesn't Shadow Realm before he uses the Snowball. Let's see what happens there. Who wins the Snowball fight? He has used the Snowball. He is going to take the Wisdom rune, and Playstyle takes the Wisdom rune on the bottom lane. This is a big boost for the Storm Spirit, already winning so much in EXP and net worth. He's going to be much further ahead of the Razor, who is very, very meagerly behind, almost at the bottom with the rest of the supports of the Team Relax. And he's going to farm stacks. That's what we know. Storm Spirits. I feel this was a comfort pick that they wanted to last pick for Playstyle, and they knew that Playstyle would easily take this game, even if he's against a relatively bad matchup. He does not care. He's just simply a better player. And that could very well mean a loss for Team Relax in the longer
Dire's
term.
top tower is under attack.
Well, yes, and Team Relax somehow, I think they have realized it by far. Rogue Squad, the teamwork they are securing, the teamwork they're showcasing, that is amazing. The coordination between these players is amazing. The way they have, they've
Okay,
taken
jump
out
in by
that Razor,
Tonka.
and
He's
once
pretty
again
low.
jumping
He's
in.
going to suck the
Oh, Tracy from behind.
He just dips away, and he's going to die to Basol jumping in. He's trying to get frozen. No, the freeze, it gets the Razor, and also the Vengeful Spirit goes down back to Willow. But it's not going to really help. It's going to be here and there when it comes to most things we see, as we have seen in this mid lane. Storm Spirit gets away, Razor dies, and the lead is getting more and
Radiant's
more
bottom
in terms of
tower
Storm
is
Spirit.
under attack.
Razor, you don't want to be poor. You don't want to be poor in this game, especially against a Doom, especially against someone like Joe Ranger, who will easily kill you if you cannot stand in front of him with your chest held high.
Let's see what's going on in their minds right now. Tusk is there too, and Razor once again. Assault. Well, he won't overcome it at any cost, especially when there's no one around. And again, we were talking about the amount of coordination the whole squad of Rogue Squad carries in between, and this time Doom comes in.
Okay, Storm Spirit jumps in.
Oh.
He is going to try to get the Wraith King twice. There is one more life, but there is no way he runs away from this. He's going to zip out. There is a potential rotation. Yes, the Tombstone. People are forgetting the Tombstone, but there is no way they save the Tombstone too. There is a Doom going out on the Wraith King, which is probably a bit of a miscommunication on the side of Rogue Squad. There is no follow-up. There is more heroes rotating to the bottom lane, and that will be the stop to the fight. A Doom committed as opposed to the Wraith King ultimate. I feel there is more to be had here for Team Relax. They are looking for something else. And yes, Vengeful Spirit walks in, gets ground, gets... He is going to get stuck in the brushes. No, he is going to run out of them. He's going to make his way out. The creeps take care of most of the brambles, and the maze is not going to be a challenge for him. So nothing really going on. A back and forth, a misinitiation. But still, the four heroes still sticking around. Storm Spirit, he is adamant. He wants this tower and he wants the kills that comes along with it. Tusk, he is looking deep. He's looking deep behind the tower. He sees the Willow. He's being scouted out with the Scream of Terror. He's being jumped in by the Storm, and he's going to jump, but the Shadow Realm right in time, and the Storm is now suddenly taking a lot of tower hits, but he's going to zip out of the arena, and that's what's going to happen. The Storm is always going to be out of reach, but the Willow, he's not out of reach. Willow's going to die. So is the Undying, and everyone else from the Rogue Squad is still alive. The Bois struggling to keep up. He's struggling to stay alive in front of the Road Ranger, and the excess might of 5 heroes from Rogue Squad trying to do something. And here comes Razor with a shield room. But what are you going to do? Maybe you get a return kill on the Doom. Maybe you get a return kill on the Soul. But no, they're just dodging him so masterfully. Yeah, maybe he gets it. Oh, he gets it in the last tick of his plasma field. Maybe a bit too ill-advised from Doom. Wanted to get that extra right click inside, but that was
Dire's middle tower
more or
is
less
under
a
attack.
clean fight from Rogue Squad. They got that kill. They got it seamlessly, and yet again, we are seeing total domination. The draft is not going to work if you don't make it work, guys.
Rogue squad, each and every
Dire's
player
middle
is
tower is under
putting their
attack.
heart and soul in the game, and once again, they do have a better team synergy, they do have a better
Radiant's
somehow
bottom
game
tower
strategy,
has
game
been
sense
denied.
that is coming up from their side, from each and every hero. If you talk about Doom, Pro Ranger, everyone is securing their own individual value. And Team Relax, well, they're
Dire's
unable
top
to
tower
understand
is
what
under
Rogue
attack.
Squad is trying to do, and that's why they're getting denied again and again and again, and that's why right now it's a 4-11 kill score line. Somehow Rogue Squad, they are trying to gain that map control, and they are on the correct path right now.
Okay, Doom. Are we seeing something? No. Doom is going to be moving somewhere else in the jungle, and he's going to be trying to get some more farm to
Dire's
boost
top
himself a
tower
bit.
is
He's going
under
for the
attack.
Midas. He is going for the late game. He knows their team is in such a great shape that even if he goes for this Midas, he's still going to be active in a team fight. Does not need a blink right now. Can just run inside them because they cannot stop him, especially when they are initiating on him. The Doom is the target of a lot of initiation when it comes to Mars and the Razor, and also the Undying. You want to kill the Doom first, indeed, but it's costing you. And it will cost someone as Undying gets trapped in the shards, zip in by the storm, and he's going to instantly finish off the Undying. The Tombstone does not go down. The Tombstone is still up. He could have done it, but also Razor, he jumps in, but he has getting doomed instantly. That's going to get the fight done. But for Soul just jumping in with a snowball, maybe a bit more than he could chew, and that is going to be chewed out. The Tusk. He's going to be minced meat. Bit of an overextension, maybe another miscommunication happening on the side of Rogue Squad, that maybe Pasol wanted to go in, the rest of the team wanted to get back, and now the get back and go in kind of call is back and forth. And okay. Bramble, stun, but not enough damage to kill playstyle. He's just very, very tanky with the Witchblade armor and also the strength beds. There is just not enough disable from the side of Team Relax to keep him in check and just keep him in one place so that they can deal the damage. They need some insane synergy and some insane spell execution from the side of Team Relax. Maybe Mars gets an arena into
Dire's top
Skewer,
tower is under
into
attack.
Stun, into Bramble, into Burst, and that is the only way they get to kill the Storm Spirit. Otherwise, he keeps running. Even the Bramble will not help you because the Bramble is just going to be disjointed by the Storm Spirit. And I like that the Wraith King also went for a Midas. It's very good that he also understands that this game is going to go late, and he has to be toe-to-toe with the opponent's farm, especially when they're snowballing so hard. So I feel we are going to see Wraith King being the only person on Team Relax, towering the net worth chart. Everyone else, not really that much. Yes, as we can see, exactly that has happened, and that is going to keep happening. Maybe he overtakes the Storm Spirit, but the Drow Ranger is still a distant dream in his eyes, and he has to get those items back
Dire's top
because the
tower
towers are
has
going to
been
drop,
denied.
and so are the heroes. The Wraith King. Clash, he has to be ready for this fight.
Well, yeah, and
Dire's
Team
middle
Relax,
tower has been
they need to
denied.
break the synergy of Rogue Squad if they wanna somehow create a comeback, somehow get that net worth advantage too.
I've been wanting
Yes.
this.
He surpasses him, but then again, Draw Ranger, he is still
Dire are scanning.
a far dream. But right now, Team Relax.
Just look at the beautiful
It's
game
smoke.
sense from Rogue Squad.
Yeah.
They smelled the smoke from a mile away, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel this could have been something for Team Relax, that they could have somehow got some kind of momentum back into this game. But
Yeah.
if the smoke is denied like it is, it's just more time for the side of Rogue Squad to amass more items that they already have and just be more and more dominant and keep this tempo going. And Pasol, I think he has a blink. Yes, he has a blink already. That's 15 minutes into the game. The position 4 Tusk, who has gotten the first blood, has a blink, and that's going to be more initiation potential from him. Just jumping the backlines, killing the Undying before doing anything else. They're going to look for that Undying, they're going to look for the Willow, and they're going to kill them really fast.
Look at that Pasol.
Oh,
Oh, there he goes, he
on the
jumped
Razor,
in.
but he misses the shards. The shard, a
Awesome ball.
crucial miss. That's going to be the end of the game. It's a bit of a misplay from Pasol himself, but hey, Even the greats make mistake, guys. So don't worry, keep trying. Remember, you are just that close to greatness.
Well, yeah, he almost got him, right? Just a little miss, and that's why he survived from that position. But still, Rogue Squad, they still are in a lead somewhere somehow. And right now, trying to, you know, oh, look at that. Onto the bottom lane, they are already going on
And
for
yeah,
the
they're going to do
Roshan.
Roshan straight away. They want to give it on
Yeah,
the Storm.
yeah, Rogue Squad.
But right
No
now,
time wasted.
Storm with Rosh is going to be, it's going to be dangerous. Like this is like almost 40% of this momentum, the future momentum of this game is going to be decided by this Rosh. And right now, in the hands of the Storm Spirit, I feel this game is very, very close.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Already a Kaya
Dire's
coming up.
structures are
The Witchblade
fortified.
into Kaya Sanj, he is not going to be scared of the brambles, the roots, the stuns. He's just going to be zipping away from everything. And really, I want to see some solution from Team Relax for the Storm Spirit. You need to get something, a silence maybe,
Radiant's top
an
tower
Orchid on
is under
someone, or
attack.
maybe even an Abyssal Blade, an Athos. Anything that can maybe hold him on the ground for some time so that you can probably get some damage
Radiant's
down.
top
Because
tower
the Storm
is
Spirit
fallen.
alone is going to wreck 3
Dire's
heroes just
bottom
like
tower
that.
is under attack.
And it's not looking great. Team Relax seem to be blindsided by the Storm Spirit pick.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, once again, Rock Squad trying to aggress a bit, but right now they do have that Aegis play style. Clearing the creeps
mean-
out and Reezy. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to just keep pushing the waves, keep the pressure on, because with Roshan, you have the Aegis, yes. But if you're just stuck killing creep waves and denying pushes, you're not going to be able to use that Aegis the way you want to use it. That is to fight. Take those 5 versus 5 engagements with that blink contest, with that doom on doom, and you just want to keep fighting. You just want to keep choking the enemy team and not let this Wraith King breathe, this Razor get back into the game, and the Mars to get some phenomenal arena in which he catches a lot of heroes and results in a lot of deaths with the Tombstone synergy. So we want something more right now to come out from Rogue Squad. Let's get to it. Push these waves, start moving, get a smoke down, and let's move out into the enemy jungle. Try to get something done. And Pasol, he knows what's the game plan. He is going to deny that region rule. He wants his Storm Spirit to take it. Storm Spirit, he's going to zip in, take the region rule, and that's a huge win. Even if Pasol dies for this, that's a huge win for this game. But now the Drow has joined the fight. Even if everybody else on the back was some sort of safe, but no, they're no longer safe. Dark Willow just goes down to the Storm Spirit who jumps in. The Aegis is down, but he still, I think, has the region rule. He is going to zip in into the Mars. He's going to kill him so fast. Even the Razor, he goes down with that extreme amount of damage that the Storm Spirit is making, and it's just a take fight from the side of Rogue Squad, and the Drow is laying out the hits. It's going to be what we always thought about. And Doom wasn't even here, guys. Doom wasn't even here. He didn't even use Doom. He didn't done anything. So it was a 4 versus 5 team wipe on the side of Rogue Squad. What a game!
What a game coming up, and Rogue Squad. Man, they are completely annihilating Team Relax now. They were waiting for this kind of momentum. And Storm Spirit with that triple kill completely
Radiant's
Annihilated
middle
the
tower
whole
has fallen.
team of Team Relax, and right now they're going to go for those tower game. Well, you have to do this, right? You got this momentum, you have to utilize it fully. Trying to invade the jungle too, and right now moving towards the top lane. Are they going to commit top lane too? Well, let's see. They can go for some kills. But look at Mars having fun right now. All the 4 players, all the 5
has
players
a
are
blade
moving
race.
all together.
Top tower is under attack.
Another tower goes down.
Good fear, delaying the tower push a bit, but it's going to be.
Radiant's top
It's
tower
going to
is
take
under
more than
attack.
that to delay Rogue Squad from taking the tower.
Radiant's
There's going to be
top
a
tower
tower
is
dead, and they're going to go straight to the Tormentor, I feel. Yes, that's almost right in time, almost as if on cue. In 5 seconds, we're going to see the Tormentor come up. And now the Tormentor also goes to Rogue Squad. This is becoming more and more one-sided as time goes down. And more and more, the shards that go on the side of Rogue Squad, that is going to be a big problem, because even this Vengeful Spirit is almost the same net worth as the Razor. This is so sad for Team Relax. They did not want this Razor to be in this position. And the Razor, what items does he have? I'm really curious, because if he makes some Sanjiash, no, he has a Blade Mail and he is going to go straight for that BKB. The Blade Mail being a very good choice, but at the same time, you just do not have have the health to sustain that amount of damage to reflect it. So you want to have that BKB. You want to stop that Storm Spirit from just killing you in just remnants and overloads. You do not want it to kill you just that way. So just waiting. We want that to happen as earlier as it happens. Please don't take any fights on the side of Team Relax. Just farm up your items, farm up those core items that help you, that enable you to take those fights that you so sorely need, that activate that draft you wanted to execute. This Mars, this Razor, and especially both of them being crucial for the Wraith King to go in and do something. They need to get their items first. Mars needs that blink. Wraith King needs the rest of his farm to deal that damage, because he just doesn't seem to be able to deal enough damage to kill the Storm Spirit or the Drow Ranger with a 1-to-1 fight. And let's not forget about our Razor, who's really suffering. Without the BKB, is more or less just another support, which is an indicator in the net worth chart also. Smoke coming out. I understand Team Relax is going to be so unsettling for them to not do anything, just sit around. They have to activate their draft, and they're going to find a Drow Ranger, an arena, and he's alone. He just gets caught alone, and no one is here to help him. And that's enough damage to kill a Drow Ranger alone. They maybe even find a Vengeful Spirit who is going to be stunned. That's a blink by Razor, and he's going to kill the Vengeful Spirit too. What a turn! A very good heads-up play from Team Relax. They understand that this is the time for them to move out and get some pick-offs. Maybe not 5 versus 5 fights before the BKB on Razor, but they have to get pick-offs on unknowing heroes on this map.
Well, once again, perfect utilization of that smoke ambush, and the way they've got
Dire's
two
middle tower is under
pretty
attack.
good kills. Draw Ranger.
Radiant's
Well, right now
bottom
Draw
tower
Ranger
under
is
attack.
leading the net worth chart, but for how long? Because
Dire's top tower
Draw
is
Ranger
under attack.
is already on 7 kills with only a single death. The Storm Spirit
And
on 6 kills.
that's a huge streak going towards whoever killed the Drow Ranger. And now the Wraith
Yes.
King, he is so close to an Assault Cuirass. That's crazy. He got so much out of it. While we see Willow just trying to run away, he uses the fear to tell them to run away. And now the Willow is going to go to the trees and TP out. That's a very smart heads-up play, and that stops them from bleeding more kills. Meanwhile, the Wraith King is still farming. Guys, maybe Team Relax is not completely out. These small mistakes and oversights from the side of Rogue Squad, this miscommunication, making the Drow farming at a part of the map that is not exactly safe, that could be their entry into this game. This game's not over yet. Doom Shard. You're going to have Scorched Earth and okay. So it heals Doom. As you can see, this is the new upgrade if I'm not wrong. And 60% of the damage dealt by the Scorched Earth is going to heal the Doom for it. And that just exponentially increases as you get Scorched Earth talents on level 15.
Dire's top tower is
That
under
is going to
attack.
be a very good pickup for the Doom. Tormentors just going down all the way and Rogue Squad benefiting from it.
Well, just a little more wait and then chaos all around after that. Let's see how 69 is gonna utilize everything he's getting right now. Assault is there too, and then comes the Storm Spirit.
Radiant are
He's doing his part willingly and in a very efficient manner. Rogue Squad finally going through the smokes. Let's see if they'll be able to
Now
find
it's their
someone.
turn. Now they understand
kill.
that because their timing has appeared with the Octarine core on the Doom, they know they can just go and do a lot of things. And especially to get that more, they need like 2 more towers right now. Both those towers, if they go down, that just means the game has opened up 20% more than it already has. Right now we're at 40%, right? Rogue Squad is 40% closer to winning this game. But For that extra 20%, you need to get rid of all these towers. And you need to get some kills on the way. Shut down someone. Because the Wraith King, guys, is still farming. And we cannot let a Wraith King farm so unchecked. Because, again, I have to give props to that player. He is playing this game so well. He is avoiding fights. He's avoiding these aggressive rotations by Rogue Squad because they, too, smell it. And which is why that's going to be a completed Assault Cuirass on the Wraith King. Going to make him infinitely harder to kill for the draw. So let's see. Okay, Pasol blinks out. That was so close. The Radiance, if he was just a bit millisecond more in that range, and the blink would not have worked, and that would be a dead Pasol.
Well, yes, indeed, but somehow got lucky at the moment. Rogue Squad, they're leading with a 12,000 net worth right now. And there goes Razor, trying to initiate, but at the same time, Team Relax, they needs to relax. They are relaxing a bit, trying to figure out how to come out of this situation. A good team fight can change a lot of things, and somehow they do have the rough idea about this fact too. But Rogue Squad, well, all the players are moving in such a coordinated manner that you cannot just target a single hero or a single person. It's not gonna be that easy. Instant support is available for every single hero from the side of Rogue Squad, and we have seen them, get those tag team kills too. But 69 gets the haste rune too. Meanwhile, Rogue Squad, they've slowed out a bit, but right now,
Relax. They
that's
see
a
Pasol,
smoke.
and they're going
Mars.
to put him down. He is going to be stunned on the tree, and there's a cursed crown coming out on him. That's going to be the dead Pasol, instantly
Radiant's
being
middle
killed.
tower is under
And
attack.
we could see something more from him. Without Pasol, without the Tusk, there is a lot of aggression that Team Relax can show on the map, and they are. The zombies and everything coming out.
Dire's
They're going to be pushing the top
is under
tower.
attack.
While they maybe lose some ground somewhere else, but these are the signs of life we are looking for. The next Roshan is the next thing we need to see. I feel the next Roshan is going to decide a lot, and if that yet again goes into the hands of a Storm Spirit, it's going to get worse for Team Relax. But if it goes into the hands of a Razor or a Wraith King for that matter, that could be very well the game changer that Team Relax need, and they are thinking of it. They have checked the Roshan, they see that it has spawned, and they want their team to do it. But where is the team? Razor is still some ways away, and also Wraith King making his way slowly to the Roshan pit. He is going to be the person mostly who is going to carry the Aegis. Doesn't want to keep going back once he pops his ultimate. He wants to keep fighting because the fight is going to go on for a long time, because the Razor and Mars are going to make it.
Well, there goes that Roshan team. Relax going all out onto securing that Roshan. Rogue Squad, what is in their mind right now?
Doom jumps in the
finally,
desert.
Doom
That is a
jumps.
stun on the Doom, but his skateboards away. He's trying to get away, but he's going to be rooted in the Willow
Jump
family.
spray.
And he's going to be okay. Razor, he catches the snowballing tusk, but also he does suck enough damage from the throw for him to not really do catastrophic damage. And at the same time, the Doom goes out on the Razor. Storm Spirit dropping so dangerously low. The Doom walking into 3 heroes. Maybe the Razor also dies, but not before he deals enough damage for some extra hits. And that's one life of the Wraith King. He's going to come back right now, bashing for soul and bashing the skull in of 2 more heroes. That's the Wraith King. That's how it works. And now Storm Spirit with that sliver of health, he's going to be TP out. They see him, but what are they going to do? They're not going to be in time with the stuns. They see him with the skeletons, but that was so close. And yet again, we see a slip from Team Rogue Squad. I don't know what Doom was thinking. I mean, blinking him blind, you want to get a Doom off instantly, but that small bit of hesitation just let Mars use the spear, and that just took all of that team fight and put it down. And here we are seeing the strength of the draft that Team Relax have, the draft that we were talking about earlier, that if they play it to its strengths, it is far superior than the Rogue Squad. Even if they don't get to kill the Storm Spirit, they can outlast his mana pool and kill him through attrition. And that's going to be probably it. That's going to be Roshan going to the side of Team Relax.
Tower is under attack.
Flash. What a turn.
Team Relax. Well, they played it pretty well, and they deserve this, to be very honest. They have earned that Roshan. So finally, Team Relax. Well, finally a ray of hope coming up for Team Relax. The early game was completely favoring Team Rogue Squad. In this mid-game, Team Relax, they are creating a little comeback. They are kind of gaining the control back, momentum back, trying to give a
Okay,
fierce
jump in
fight
on the
to.
Willow. He's going to be silenced, and the Willow is probably going to go down to the Storm Spirit. That's a good pick off for Storm Spirit, and he's going to get out of there. And yeah, that's a good use of his time. And Wraith King is kind of in no man's land right now, being ganked by 3 people. He may have one more life. No, he doesn't have a life. It's on cooldown, and he just dies even if his Aghanim Scepter activates. That still means he is indeed dead, and that's a kill going towards Draw Ranger. That's a dominating streak, and yet again we see Team Relax throwing their advantage. They were going so good. What just happened? Why is everybody so split? This is the time you move as 5 and exploit your draft with that mass pick and that razor. A big oversight on the turn. Oh, this is painful. This is painful.
Well, finally, Rogue Squad. Instant denial coming in. Team Relax when
Radiant's bottom
just
tower
for a
is
moment
under
when they were
attack.
looking quite powerful, they were looking like they are trying to gain some momentum. Rogue Squad instantly denied them
Radiant's
once
bottom
again, trying to
tower
gain
has
that
fallen.
net with lead. And look at that. Once again, there goes yet another tower. Team Relax. Well, how can they relax in such a situation? Rogue Squad. Oh. Well,
They're going to
something
look for a
might
smoke
come
gank.
up. Yes,
There is
yes,
a
yes.
jump in from Storm. He's going to jump in into the Undying. They're going to kill him really fast. And now they're looking for more. Storm, he sees Razor, but he has an Aegis and a BKB. He pops a BKB preemptively. He doesn't want to engage there. He doesn't want to lose his Aegis and try to run out because there are enough things in their in their arsenal that especially the Doom that can stop the Razor from running away. So that's a very heads up play from him, popping the BKB, running away, and keeping his life preserved. That Aegis preserved. They want to wait for that Wraith King and that Mask to be together. This is what they need. Maybe the Wraith King, they don't have to wait for the blink, but they need to be together. They need to play together. They need to be smoking and going and trying to kill this Draw Ranger, trying to kill this Doom. Kill someone who you can kill. Because if the only person remaining is the Storm Spirit, he's not going to do much. Maybe kill a support here and there, but the rest of the team is dead. And right now, we don't have Mars and Razor quite as cores activated. Another region rune for Storm. He's just gonna zip, one more zip, and that's it. But maybe the region rune is denied, and he sees the Razor, the mask. He blinks in, but oh, that's a difficult hero to catch because the zips and the zips and the zips. Maybe you think there is not enough mana on him, but you may not be always able to catch him. So, not the right target. They must be looking, they should be looking for the Doom and for the Draw Ranger.
But on the other hand, our Ranger is still focused on the farm. Kinda because there are no fights whatsoever going around at the moment. Team Relax. Well, they still do have a chance if they succeeds. You know, if they successfully dominates a fight, a team fight to be very precise, they can surely gain that momentum back. But Rogue Squad, especially that Storm Spirit, well, they need to somehow counter him first. And then you have Draw Ranger. Doom. The Doom is moving a bit off, but then again, Team Relax. The whole team is sticking around, making sure no one dies out of surprise. And Pasol, look at him just gathering the intel.
Pasol is looking for surprises.
Yeah, he's just waiting. Come on, bring it at me.
There is some more poking and prodding going on from Rogue Squad. They are looking for those skills that will enable them to take this tower. Because what they haven't been able to do and why this game has kind of stagnated and let Team Relax kind of come back into it is the lack of tower damage that they have on Rogue Squad. They haven't damaged the tower in mid. They have taken the bottom one, but this mid tower is still a thorn in their side. They have to take this. They have to do something about this, and maybe that will finally put them in that winning momentum that they were in earlier. And that's, the age is gone. And they're smoked up again. They know that right now, even Rogue Squad knows that the Aegis must have expired by now. And now they're going to try maybe get the Tormentor really fast and then take a fight. Or are they just going straight for a fight?
Radiant's middle
Smoked
tower
up.
is under
Oh,
attack.
the Skellies. What is going to happen? Okay, Pasol is going to move out and he's going to be instantly stunned, caught, and he's going to be skewered into a tree. But is he going to die? He gets a snowball off. He's going to waste some more time and maybe even get out. He's going to get out from the skeletons over there. He's yet again getting caught somewhere else. And Doom just dying, even with the Doom on the Razor, he just doesn't stop. He hits you, and right after the Razor dies, the activated ultimate from the Razor King, it is going to help him. And the Troll Razor is being caught on two different sides of the map. He does have a BKB, he's trying to run away, maybe BKB TP out, but they don't have a stun to stop the TP. And which is why he's going to help them to run away. But that was a very, very close fight. A very close fight for both those teams. And that's what we want to see from a game like this. As we said, this is going to be a 40 minutes plus game, and this is probably the first game you're going to see that is going somewhat even.
Well, yes, it's already been 36 minutes into the game, and there's no telling how long is it gonna take for this game to end, because both the teams are trying their level best. Team Relax, though they are not in any kind of advantage, but still, in some of the previous rounds, we have seriously noticed, we are noticing seriously how they are retaliating in each and every fight, getting some counter kills too. And Rogue Squad, they are on toes right now, because somehow they do know that underestimated Team Relax can be lethal, can be dangerous. The Radiants catch the Tormentor. But Rogue Squad, what is in their minds right now? Well, the Storm Spirit, he has done his part. He's got a lot of kills in the previous team fights. Mars still focused on the farming. But we might see a good team fight in some of the passing minutes. But before that, Rogue Squad, they are preparing themselves. Look at them moving ahead. Draw Ranger, Pasor through the smoke. Vengeful Spirit is leading. But what is in the minds of Tusk as well as Draw Ranger, just moving around, clearing the lanes right now? But Team Relax, they are just relaxing into their jungle area.
I am actually looking for some moves on the side of Team Relax too. Even if Rogue Squad was smoked up, I feel even Team Relax should be smoking up at this point in time. There needs to be some more things happening on the map and them trying to activate that advantage. And it's going to be something else. I hope we are looking at some heads-up play from both teams. And that's another heads-up play. Pasol just comes through the portal and gets instantly speared into a tree. And he's going to get chowed down by the Wraith King. Miscommunication or just a scouting death? They are waiting for that next Roshan, which is going to be up in the next 15 seconds. You see the Doom. Are they going to think of the Doom? Okay, a stun goes out on the Doom, and he's going to pop his BKB, trying to run away from the Wraith King. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit jumps on the back line, tries to get something done, but the Mask pops his ultimate and tries to catch the Drow. But the Drow also has a BKB, runs away outside of the ultimate, and now everyone has to back away. Nothing has happened. The buyback does come out of the soul. But now, there's a Doom on the Razor. He's too far ahead, and he's just going to die. That is a very, very painful death and a miscommunication from the side of Team Relax. He dies, and now they have to just get back because they cannot fight anymore without the Razor and without the arena. And that's going to be a Willow as a consolation prize on the side of Rogue Squad.
Rogue Squad gets two nasty kills too, and they were looking for this kind of opening for a long time. They might go for a push right now too. Yep, moving ahead, clearing the lanes. Meanwhile, Team Relax, the remaining 3 heroes are present there, and Rogue Squad going all out for that Roshan. And in no time, they will secure that Roshan because the amount of damage these heroes are dealing right now is insane. And there goes the Roshan. Rogue Squad gets the Aegis, gets the T2. But yeah, Let's see if they're gonna go for a direct frontal fight. What is in their mind? Okay, they are moving ahead. Two players through the smokes. But no, there's no one they can catch.
One more smoke coming out from Rogue Squad. They know they have the foot on the gas and the swap out from the Razor, and he just instantly gets burst down with that insane amount of damage that they have. God, this game
Radiant's top tower
has
is under
turned so hard, and the dude just jumps in with the Shiva's gun. He's gonna catch the Willow. No, the shards miss a bit. Even the shard misses a bit. And they won't get the Willow, but maybe they get this tower. Have to back off a bit. Have to wait for the creep wave. And yeah, the Wraith King is back. He's looking for something, and the Mars has the arena. They are looking for an entry inside, but the butterfly on the Drow Ranger is going to make it so hard for the Wraith King to kill him. Also, a Satanic so close. The Hex also on the Storm Spirit. We need to understand all these things coming together. It's going to be the bane of most of these heroes on the side of Team Relax, because they are going to be instantly disabled and going to be killed so fast with that overwhelming amount of burst damage that they have. Now, Wraith King being in front, just look at the amount of damage the Drow Ranger can put off just by right-clicking him from a distance without
Radiant's
any
top
help from his
tower has
teammates.
fallen.
Well, Rogue Squad is looking really powerful right now, but Team Relax, finally they are back with the full strength. Oh, they catch one.
Now another a very good arena, what an initiation, but at the same time Wraith King is trying to hit the Drow, but he cannot, he's missing all his attacks, and the dust does go down, but so does the Mars. He's trying to do something in his ghost form, but there is nothing to do. The Storm has jumped the backline, the Wraith King has spawned back up again, but the Drow is not going to let him do anything. He's just getting chowed down so fast by the Drow, and there is no amount of damage that's going to save you. The Wraith King is trying to finish off the Vengeful Spirit Illusion, but that's not going to happen. There's going to be another death. There's going to be 2 buybacks coming out, maybe a Wraith King buyback. I don't know, maybe that buyback is not exactly warranted. Yes, yeah, buyback from Vengeful Spirit. They want to keep pushing, they want to keep getting racks. They want to secure this racks and the racks further. So the Aegis on Drow still intact, not died once. And right after this, they're going to smoke back up, reset a bit, and wait for another kill. And now we see this game flipped over its head. The advantage, or rather the evenness of this game. Okay, this is a dieback on the Vengeful Spirit if they get something, or if they get the Drow, he is alone, and he does, even if he had the Aegis, how will he run away? This is a big misplay, this could be a miscommunication that they were looking for on the side of Team Relax, and they could get something with the swap out at the right moment, maybe save the Drow, and yes, the Aegis is popped while the Vengeful Spirit does go down, but will they be able to kill him on the 2 times? Yes, he's cured into the trees, there's going to be a follow-up stun, the Doom just jump in with the BKB, and also the Bro pops the BKB, and the Drow is going to wail into people with that BKB on. That was so close, yet the Vengeful Spirit swap helped him infinitely. And now we are seeing more and more kills going down. This was so close for Relax. I cannot tell you how close this was. And I'm already feeling that disappointment in that
Radiant's
execution.
middle tower is under attack.
Well, this game is almost over right now. They're already going for the barracks, and Rogue Squad,
Radiant's
I don't think
middle
they'll back
tower
off from
has
this
fallen.
point on. But look at Treasy going all out,
Is under attack.
already trying to
Radiant's middle barracks
destroy
has
everything that comes in their way. And meanwhile, Team Relax, 3 of the players are already on a big timer. Finally, a buyback coming up from the side of Undying. But still, Rogue Squad, it's gonna be real hard to stop them because they are
And
going
again,
all out.
and
Another
again,
arena.
coming back, and that's the team that Relax just keeps doing this. They keep coming back into the game, and especially Rogue Squad when they extend so much with their heroes, but all their 3 cores are alive, and they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait for all this to end, and they're gonna just wail out the damage they always have wailed out. And now the Wraith King is trying to run away, but the Drow Ranger, that's the hero it's very hard to run away from, but the rest of your team is dead. You almost think that's going to happen, but the butterfly on the Drow Ranger seems to be an indomitable problem that you just can't manage. Does he have an MKB? I don't think he has an MKB right now, the Wraith King, and which is why the Drow Ranger is always somehow surviving. The crits just seem to miss, and the Razor, even if he buys back, he just walks in and just dies in 5 hits, and so does the Wraith King. He is going to call GG while getting killed by the Drow Ranger, trying to move, get 1 hit on him, does get 1 hit, but that's not going to be enough for this game, and this is the end of the best of 1 between Rogue Squad and Team Relax. The Rogue Squad are your victors. Big congratulations. A very well played game from both sides and a very even game at the same time. But The mistakes are what make the game, guys. And the mistakes made this game. The hope you saw in the eyes of Team Relax was taken away as fast as it came in because of the heads up play that Rogue Squad was doing and the mistakes that Relax was committing. So, Clash, that action packed game left us a lot to think about.
Well, yes, it did, but then again, no doubt that was the closest game we have witnessed so far. Like the most exciting one, the closest one, and the most interesting one, no doubt about it. But then again, Rogue Squad, they simply were playing in a very coordinated manner with a better synergy, and we have seen that all over the game. Every time they were coming for a tag team, for a ambush, and that's why they were getting some very good frags too. On the other hand, the other team, they were having a very good draft too. Like we were appreciating their draft during the pick one phase. But having a draft does not mean you can win the game. Skills is a totally different thing. Picking a good hero is a different thing. But somehow Rogue Squad, they were better all over the game, not just in the last part or in the early part, and that's why they deserve this victory.
They definitely deserve this victory. But just to see who deserves the next victory, we have to wait for the next game to come on. Until then, let's have a commercial break and give you guys some time to think about what just happened in this game. Stay tuned. Hello, guys, and welcome back. But we are here to tell you goodbye because unfortunately, this game has been forfeited by True Strike, and Whoops will go ahead in the brackets, and we will not be seeing a game out of them today. So, which is why I feel we are a bit sad, Clash, but it is how it is. And I hope you join us tomorrow where we will see what happens next. And I hope you will stay tuned. So we have to say goodbye for tonight, and which is why I say thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you. आप ये देख रहे हैं, आप ऐसे ही देखते रहिए, और हम आपके लिए ऐसी एंटरटेनिंग चीज़ें करते रहेंगे सॉरी yet again. Thank you, Clash. Thank you, Observer. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow. Peace out.